partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
Welcome back on the Gamecock Sports Network. It's good to see Vandy getting into the fun of everything that is college football. Tommy, we're both fans, as our whole crew is, and family of the SEC Shorts, produced by a team of great writers and comics that comes out usually on Sunday morning, I think, or Monday morning. And they have gotten this character now, the Vanderbilt Pimp. I'm a little surprised it's been warranted and authorized, by the way. And he did come to town and just came out of this south end zone here at First Bank Stadium. And, you know, it's a good thing for the conference. I want to beat Vanderbilt's tail today, but I'm glad they're doing well. And there's some resurgence there that spreads throughout the conference. And when they're doing well, I think, again, that speaks a lot about the overall strength of our league.
You know, I agree with that. And I think it's just great for college football, college athletics, good for these kids and these fans here to have your team play well. And I don't want them to play well today. I want us to play well, and I think we will. But I think that is true. I mean, you always like to see somebody new emerge out there, and I think maybe Georgia Tech did a little emerging today when they beat Miami 28-24. I mean, so who knows? Crazy time in college athletics.
Gamecocks coming onto the field with their white jerseys, garnet helmets, and garnet pants going on that far sideline on the east side here. And a huge contingent of garnet and black in the stands as well, the fan base. Let me remind you, for over 30 years, All-American Heating and Air, a veteran and family-owned business, has served the Midlands. When the Gamecocks record a sack, All-American Heating and Air will donate $200 to help our veterans. All-American Heating and Air proudly supports Gamecock football and our veterans. Let our family help your family. And here comes the Commodores, the Doors, midshipmen, also called occasionally. Right now, bowl-eligible football team. Clark Lee at the helm with a new-look offense. He brought in a lot of staffers, Tommy, not just on the field, but changed up his operations person. He changed up some people in the recruiting area as well, and he just thought, hey, this is a great job. It's not going well. We better make some major changes. It certainly has worked out with Tim Beck coming over from New Mexico State and bringing this offense. For those of you who watched our speaking to Sean Elliott, you were talking about him earlier, it's a lot like Georgia State's offense that Sean ran down there. A lot of movement, a lot of option play, a lot of inside zone and pitch and pull. Chet Tucker's down on the field, and we've got ourselves the coin toss. Players shaking hands.
South Carolina, you're the visiting team. You're going to make the call. That's heads, that's tails. That's tails. You're going to make the call. We're going to let it hit the ground, okay? What's your call? Tails. Tails. Tails, you won the toss. What do you want to do? Defer. Which way do you want to kick?
South Carolina wins the toss, elects to defer.
Thank you, Chet.
Has won the toss and deferred their decision to the second half. Vanderbilt will receive on this end.
And new sound system, as you can tell here in Nashville. Gamecocks, despite the fact that Vandy scores some points and have been productive, they're going to put that big bad defense out on the field again today to start the ball game after winning the toss. And our captains were Kyle Kennard, Josh Simon, Demetrius Knight, who we were headlining along with Dorchelli Simpkins. By the way, Tommy, 3 players last week got recognition and Player of the Week honors for the conference. Simpkins is offensive lineman. We already talked about some of the other players that did so as well. Norris Sellers got the freshman award for the SEC. And Alex Herrera, Coach Special Teams Player of the Week. So across the board and on both sides.
Exactly right. And, you know, Sellers keeps racking up a bunch of watch lists. So does Kennard. Eamon Maury has just been on there about every week. So we've got a lot of kids now that are getting the eye of a lot of people around the country because they're playing so well. So it'll be a nice way to keep it all going here today, too.
Herrera out onto the field now to get his guys lined up on the kickoff team. Carolina is across the field from us today on the east side of First Bank Stadium. Vanderbilt right under us. Sparse, not a sparse crowd, but filling in now nicely a little bit. A lot of Gamecocks came over. I know, Tommy, it's important that I do a lot of research. I was out last night on Broadway to make sure that they had made it. And they did. They were enjoying those festivities.
Well, your kids made it, too,
Yeah,
which was important. That was fun,
Yeah.
The thing here today, though, you can't tell who's who because a lot of our fans wear black, I guess cover-ups or whatever. Our band has a black, so Vanderbilt has black. So you don't know who's who until you see a little towel over there waving occasionally for the Gamecocks.
Chase Gillespie is back up running back along with Junior Sherrill. Herrera to kick off towards the north end zone. That's a new closed-in part of the stadium. They're closing in the other one as well. Whoa, Herrera pulls up, and I'm not sure they were ready for play. And the official let him know that. So Alex backs his team up, and now they blow the whistle ready for play.
Got to stop the music, too.
Herrera puts the right foot into it, end over end, going to be taken at the 6-yard line on the far sideline. That's Sherrill, and he'll go up the edge, and it takes a tackle from Herrera to keep him from going down the Gamecock sideline as he had a blocker in front of him. Nice job by Alex Herrera just to get him on the ground, but it is a 26-yard return for the Commodores. That's the first this year, Tommy. Our coverage teams are one of the tops in the conference.
Yeah. They put some good blocks on us over there, but we just, for some reason, he kind of faked it up through the middle, then went to the outside and did a good job.
Here's Diego Pavia, the 6', 207-pound graduate from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Cedric Alexander behind him. It's a pistol formation for the moment. He wears number 2, tends 2 tight ends over to the right side now. Wide receiver in motion. And hands it up the middle to Alexander. He's going to push through the initial line of scrimmage all the way up to the 40-yard line or so. We'll call it a 6-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 4 upcoming after Nick Eman-Murray made the stop.
A lot of movement, as you saw. Carolina will move, but not really during the play that much. Once the play the ball is snapped, we don't do a lot of movement back there. But that's not the case with Vanderbilt.
4-man front for Carolina. Everybody down up front. Tight end flips over to the right side. That's Cole Spence. And Pavia calls for the football out of the gun. Wide receiver behind him. Speed sweep fake. Pavia up the middle. First down Commodores on the first design run for Pavia today. Debo Williams takes him to the ground. A 7-yard gain, moves the sticks. Tommy, that's what they do. They rarely get in 3rd and longs. They convert. They stay on the field and chew you up with that running quarterback and a lot of misdirections.
Yeah, they do. The misdirections are key to me because if you haven't seen it much, and you don't see it much in this conference at all, a lot of the stuff in this conference is more kind of pro-related, more different. So that's why they catch you off guard.
Pavia again calls a man across his face. Snap the ball. Handoff inside. Alexander gets through the initial Gamecocks who had good pressure and penetration but couldn't take him down. He gains 2 when it could have been -2 on the play. Debo Williams, the one who cleaned it up. Debo, the Smyrna, Delaware native. Good to see him in the hallway today. Had a nice chat with him about his play and his health. And seems good as always. Excited to be out on the field again today. he is not in the same mood right now. I can promise you that as you get in the middle of this lineup on a second down and 8. They're at their just before the 50-yard line. Pavia out of the pistol, handoff inside, and Debo's there this time. It is in the backfield. And Alexander barely got the handoff. He comes flying through, -1 on the play, and here comes a 3rd and long for the Commodores. Demetrius Knight a part of that. Actually, Knight goes out of the ball game. Now Debo back in. 3rd down and 9 on the first drive of the afternoon for the Commodores. First drive of the ball game. No score here in Nashville. Tonka Hemingway telling his defenders a few things. Kyle Kennard stands up for the first time today. Pavia takes a look over at him. A 4 wide receiver set. Pavia out of the gun. Here comes Kennard. Here comes a couple of Gamecocks. Pavia back it up. He throws it late, and it's towards the Commodore sideline, and he got rid of the football because Tonka Hemingway was in his back pocket. No chance to get rid of it in a spot where his guys could catch it. It's 4th down in a punting situation for Vandy.
Hemingway.
Number 15 for South Carolina is now wearing number 47.
Hemingway was back there, Sanders was back there, and also Kennard. So he had 3 big guys chasing him down.
Mirko, the very good punter for Vanderbilt, out. Juju McDowell is back. Carolina came after it. Mirko got a boomer out. Juju calls for a fair catch. That was as close as we've been without getting a block. 2 defenders were there. A 37-yard punt, not too bad. He didn't pin us back. King Demetrius Ford, along with Gerald Kilgore, pressuring. We'll keep an eye on that. Maybe they saw something, Joe DeCamillis and the rest of the staff, on why we can attack the Vanderbilt punt game. Carolina now on offense for the first time this afternoon. No score here in Nashville. Gamecocks take Lenore Sellers and Rocket Sanders out on the field. Larvidan comes in motion, sits down left side. Lenore wants to throw it. He goes to Larvidan. Caught at the 19, turns the corner, up the Vandy bench, and knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line. Larvidan with a 10-yard gain and a Carolina first down before C.J. Taylor, the safety for the Commodores, makes the stop. Sellers, who was outstanding a week ago, takes Simon inside, sets him down with Rocket. Now Larvidan comes in motion to the left side. It'll be Rocket, right side, stiff arm. They got him in the backfield. He can't get loose. That's going to be a lost yardage play. That was studded from the start by some penetration off the right side. Then Brian Longwell, the inside backer, finally got him down. The sophomore from Nashville, -2 on the play.
Yeah, it just didn't look good from the beginning that time because of that pressure on Carolina's right side.
Norris is up to throwing 60% of his passes now. Out of the gun on the second down and 12. It will be Sanders up the middle. He's covering up that football with his left arm tightly as he gets back up to about the 30-yard line. Good blocking off the left side. C.J. Taylor's got to make the stop again. Joshua Thompson and Porcelli Simpkins in on the block. Here comes 3rd down for the Gamecocks. Their first of the afternoon after the 6-yard gain. 3rd and 6. Ball at the Carolina 29-yard line. Going from south to north. They crank the music up. Larvidan comes over in motion to the right side. He'll stay in that direction. 5-man rush. Lenore's crossing route. Got his man. Nick Harbor tried to turn the corner. The big guy falls down. But because of his size, he falls across the markers, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah.
It is a artificial turf field here. And Nick does get up after a nice catch and turn. Good touch by Lenore Sellers, Tommy, after the 6-yard gain. Sometimes he can throw those too hard, not on that play.
Or too high. It's hard to throw it over. Harvey's so high, but still he doesn't.
Lenore's back to work after the first down. 1st and 10. He's going to dump it off to Rocket over to the right side. The Gamecock bench, a good cut back at the 40. Got a defender's fall down. And Rocket up to the 44-yard line. Nick Harbor still laboring over there, and he's going to go out of the ball game. A 9-yard gain for Carolina. Then Dravis Jacobs comes into the ball game.
One thing that Dowell Loggins told us yesterday is they're going to go with tempo here, and that's what we're doing. He said, Vanderbilt has struggled defensively with tempo. We're showing it to them.
9:17 to go in the first quarter. Lenoris has got an inside route, good coverage, and can't bring it down on the play. That's
throw,
Jared Brown. They're right. It wasn't anything about the throw. That was Height, the defender. Martell Height, the 6-foot, 180-pound sophomore. He was all over Jared Brown on the play. Just good defense.
Yeah, it really was. And nice. Everything was good about that, including defensive coverage, unfortunately.
Josh Simon, along with Brady Hunt in the ball game now. Two tight ends, third and very short. No score here in Nashville. 9:11 to go in the first quarter. Option play, right side, pitch to Rocket. At the line, they hit him, and then he pushes across the 45, and he's got the first down. Torricelli Simpkins, the reigning SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week, got behind Rocket and made sure he crossed the 45, a 3-yard gain and a Carolina first down. Boy, the clock running fast, Tommy, with these two run teams. 8:48 to go in the first quarter, no score in Nashville. Oscar Attaway comes in the lineup. 8th play of the drive. Two wide receivers come over to the left side. That's the wide side of the field. Lenoris calling for the football. It's Attaway up the middle. Pounding ground across the 50 into Vanderbilt territory. Good block by Hunt on the job over there on the right side. And that yields 4 yards for Oscar. Oscar, the North Little Rock, Arkansas, transfer from North Texas, up to 149 yards. Now there's 4 wide receivers over the left side. Lenoris bouncing in the pocket, going to run out right side. Got to make one man miss. Got a first down on the far sideline. Runs safely out of bounds on the play. And Tommy, I'm not sure what we had going on the left side over here, but Lenoris certainly had a lot of open space right side.
Well, he did, and he was going that way, but I think what I've seen from him so far today, number one is he's had some protection back there, so he's had some time to throw. Number two is he's looking at his progressions, and if he doesn't see it, he knows where his safety guy is. That time he knew, but he also saw that open space in front of him, made the right decision, and picked up the first down.
1st and 10 for Carolina at the Vanderbilt 40-yard line. Harbor's back in the lineup. Option play, left side, Jared Brown gets hit. I can't believe he held the football. They ran option play, and somebody did not block the safety of the corner, Colby Taylor. I think Nick Harbor should have come inside and blocked the first defender off the edge. And Jared Brown, lucky to have his soul, much less the football. Good job by Brown.
I'll tell you, he's back in there, too. He didn't take himself out or anything.
-1 on the play, 2nd down and 11. Blitz by Vanderbilt. Lenoris slings it out to Attaway. Oscar makes one man miss, drops his shoulder on another. Oscar Attaway inside the 30-yard line. 2 Commodores left in his trail. It's a 12-yard gain on the play and a Carolina first down.
Attaway's caught 5 passes coming into this game for 59 yards, but he's just getting into his groove a little bit, Todd. He's getting better and better each week. Last week, he had 8 rushes for 36 yards, and I think he and Sellers are beginning. It's slowing down for him. The game is, both of them are improving each week.
Attaway goes to the left of Sellers now, 1st and 10. It's a run play, left side. Lenoris keeping it all the way, and they jump on his back, but not before he's inside the 25-yard line. That's that play that broke loose for Carolina's first touchdown a week ago against Texas A&M. Ranson Fontanetti makes the stop for Vanderbilt on the play. Carolina up the line of scrimmage quickly, 2nd down and 6. And Lenoris fakes inside, wants to go down the middle and tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. He wanted Oscar Attaway down the hash, and Vandy read it well. Brian Longwell, the inside linebacker. Tommy, we're lucky for whatever reason he couldn't get his right hand up. He just batted it with one.
Yeah, and he also had a defender coming in and making a diving attempt for an interception, but he didn't get it either. That was number 10, Patterson. But, it was there. It was there. Just a good play by Longwell.
14th play of the drive, and it's a 3rd down for Carolina. Converted 2 on this drive so far. 3rd and 6 at the Vandy 25. 6:07 to go in the first quarter. No score. And
False start. 53 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
that's Vershawn Lee moving the football, and that's bad, Tommy, because now you got 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and 11 or a little over 10 on the play where you had a more manageable one now. And Dow Loggins and Shane Beamer will change the personnel, bring a couple guys in. Rocket Sanders going to split out. Well, here's one of the reasons why they're not doing it with crowd noise, by the way. They're doing it with their speaker system blowing right in the face of Lenoris Sellers. And now Vanderbilt finally shuts off the music. Sanders comes back inside Sellers. And Vanderbilt wanted a timeout. They didn't like it when Rocket went back into the backfield.
Vanderbilt.
So on a third down and 11 on Carolina's first drive at the Vandy 25-yard line with no score. When we come back, we'll see if we can get it converted inside their 20-yard line. We're in Nashville. Thanks for being with us on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Open at the 10, the 5, steps up and high, steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Hey Gamecock fans, this is Coach Shane Beamer, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to touchdown, the team and I support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
More coverage of South Carolina football after these local messages.
Ball tipped up in the air. It's picked off. The Gamecocks down the far sideline. The linebackers knocked out of bounds.
On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey y'all, Coach Shane Beamer here. Football season is upon us, and that means Columbia is welcoming fans from around the corner and across the country. No matter where you're from, Gamecocks love coming together for game day energy that can only be found in South Carolina's capital city. Book hotel rooms, find pre- and post-game activities, and plan your tailgate spread with local favorites from pimento cheese to barbecue at experiencecolumbiasc.com. We'll see you soon, and go Gamecocks.
The passion.
He's going to take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown.
The fury.
There was flames on that ball.
The speed.
35-40. There he goes. Down the sideline.
The best in college football.
For the end zone. Got it for 6 points.
You can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Back to the end zone. 30, 20.
This is the College Football Blitz. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network.
Here's a situation where in Nashville at First Bank Stadium, the Gamecocks and the Commodores going at it. No score here in the first quarter, 6:07 to go. Carolina on its first drive. They're 13 plays in, and they got a third down and 11 upcoming at the Vanderbilt. They're about at the Vanderbilt 29-yard line. Let's check down on the sideline. He's had some technical problems this afternoon, but Chet Tucker's too important to us. Chet, go right ahead.
Hey, Todd, during that timeout, the white hat made contact with one of the Vanderbilt field officials about what we are told is the level of the volume being played through the duration of the pre-snap count. So we'll wait to see how that changes, but you guys have noticed that Vanderbilt artificially, through their stereo system, trying to make it a difficult environment to play in until about 20 seconds to go on the play clock.
Yeah, I think they've gone below 20 several times as well, Tommy. It's one thing about the volume, but it's how long you go. That's not fair within the rules here, but we'll see how it affects it now as we watch this one. Lenora Sellers going to empty the backfield, at least initially. Rocket Sanders is in, split out to the left side. Jared Brown is with him in that direction. Larvadan in the slot over to the right side. Now Rocket comes back into the backfield with Lenora Sellers, who's clapping and calling for the football. Four-man rush. Sellers in the pocket. Going to run out right side. He's got some room. Let's see what he does. Lenora breaks a tackle, and the 30 goes for the marker. It depends on when they mark him out of bounds. Way back, Tommy, what looks 24-yard line, 23?
Yeah, but still got about 4 or 5 yards to go. So that ought to be close.
Gain, yeah.
Ought to be close enough for a field goal attempt by Aurora.
Or a Shane Beamer special, some Beamer ball. We'll watch for the fake.
Yeah.
Kai Kroger, 7 of 9 in his career throwing the football. This would be from 42 with a little bit of wind. I don't think much rain at this moment. Just overcast. Alex Herrera, who kicked 3 a week ago against Texas A&M and was co-special teams player. Rogers to snap it back, put it down on the turf. It's up. It's kind of wobbly. No good. Herrera did not hit that one at all.
No, he didn't. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he slipped or not, but Something didn't go right on that.
That came off his foot very poorly.
Yeah.
So the Gamecocks cannot convert after a 14-play drive. And the score remains at 0 for both squads. And we're 5:16 to go in the first quarter. Just one drive apiece. And quite the difference, Tommy, is the Commodores are... Well, we'll take a break. I'll ask you about that when we come back. No score in Nashville. Commodores with the football when we come back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Hey Gamecock fans, welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where our bold Mayo has been winning over fans since 1917, where everyone's welcome, whether you're tailgating or watching from home. So cheer on the Garnet and Black as loud as you want, because as the official Mayo of University of South Carolina Athletics, we'll be cheering along with all of the Gamecock fans in Duke's Country. Find Duke's Mayo at a store near you or visit dukescountry.com to learn more.
You're listening to Gamecock Football.
Trying to go down the field and into coverage and picked off. Into 10, that's even worry. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
We're back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. This is Carolina Calls, your source for everything Gamecocks.
He's Shane Beamer. I'm Todd Ellis. Great to be with you.
That was a gutty win. That was a physical win. We played with toughness, and that's what you had to have.
Coach Beamer joins us for a full hour of Carolina football talk throughout the season.
They had 10 men on the field the first time they punted the football. Our crowd that contributes directly to that.
Listen live every Thursday night on your home for Gamecock football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
Cool Care, Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration is proud to be Gamecock football's official review sponsor. Schedule an official review of your HVAC unit for the winter. Call them at 803-772-7715 or schedule online at coolcarehvac.com. Back at First Bank Stadium, the Commodores with their second drive of the afternoon. No points with 5:16 to go in the first quarter. Pavia out of the pistol formation again. 3 wide receivers right side. He's going to roll in that direction. Got a man open in the flat, wide open. And he's hit hard by Demetrius Knight, who looks like he's mad at himself for not covering him. And he made up for it as he hits Eli Stowers, one of the outstanding tight ends in this ball game we were talking about from Denton, Texas. The leading receiver on the football team with 38 receptions. Now 39.
That's a great example right there of all the movement in the backfield that time, reverse pivots, all that stuff, just kind of rolling away from the pocket to buy time and not flooding the zone. Just nice patterns, good concept offensively for Vanderbilt.
First and 10 at the Doors 36-yard line. Pavia with the back beside him, wants to throw in the pocket. Carolina with a blitz right side. Pavia escapes one man, throws back across the middle, and knocked away. He wanted Stowers again, and that time Knight with great coverage. The linebacker came all the way across the field, sweeped the right hand down in front of Stowers, and got it down. The pressure by was T.J. Sanders and Tonka Hemingway.
I think the thing there, though, that's what makes that kid at quarterback so good. I'm going to tell you, folks, he had some big-time players after him, and at the last minute, he kept his head downfield. At the last minute, he saw the receiver coming across the middle, and he jumped up to get enough traction on the velocity on the ball, took a hit, nearly had a completion.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Pavia is talking to his receiver, split out right side, and they'll hand off inside. Alexander gets hung up but does fall forward as T.J. Sanders in the middle of that line. I mean, that's at least the 35th tackle on the year. For a defensive tackle, that's amazing. T.J. is all over the field. 4 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks. Pavia wants to hurry up now. He's in the pocket. Gamecocks are there. Pavia throwing late and almost completed that one. Over here on the Vanderbilt bench, and we got 2 Gamecocks down as Pavia popped up. That's Kyle Kennard and Tonka Hemingway. Oh, no. Get up, guys. Medical staff coming in a hurry. It looked like they tripped each other up, Tommy.
I didn't see what happened there.
I think they each tripped each other up. Tonka Hemingway's still down.
Kennard's walking off, though. Looks like he's okay. And here comes Hemingway, hopefully getting up. Yeah.
And going on his own accord, too, as well.
Limping a little bit.
E-Man Worry comes over and pats him on the helmet.
For South Carolina, number 15 will be wearing number 47.
Once again, though, Pavia under horrible pressure back there by those 2 guys and maybe one more, Hemingway and Kennard, that is. And still at the last minute swung himself around and threw it in the direction of a potentially completed pass. I mean, this guy...
I know one thing, he's lucky so far.
Well,
he's lucky he hadn't had a couple of these picked.
You're right.
Here's Mirko to punt. Carolina comes with some pressure, but he spins one towards Juju McDowell. Is coming over near sideline. Ball's going to bounce Vanderbilt's way, and they try to down it. No. They do not get control of it. Wait a second. You got to be kidding me. That ball rolled in the end zone. He never had control. But he's looking to the sideline official to see if he did. Right now, they're downing it, I believe, on the 1-yard line.
I think the other official is over.
Touchback.
I think he's overruling. No, I don't know.
Nope.
I thought they were going to come out with the right decision, but they're not.
Oh, Mirko, the punter, with a great roller. Juju McDowell could not get over in time to take it. It bounces, and the punt team rolls on top of it. And a 459-yard punt. Looks like it's going to stick at the Carolina 2-yard line. We'll be back. No score. 3:52 to go in the first quarter here in Nashville. This is Carolina football from Learfield. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. One crisp taste, 4 simple ingredients. All natural Bud Light.
48-yard attempt. It's blocked. The Gamecocks got it blocked.
At any game time moment in every beer, we strive to make life easier to enjoy. Ice cold Bud Light and all the games.
Are you kidding me?
Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Please drink responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is South Carolina football.
Carolina comes after it. Another block punt. And we dive on it. The special teams and Beamer ball come through again.
Back in 60 seconds on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Two backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to go line. Touchdown, Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40. At the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long. Right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Back in Nashville right before the break, Vanderbilt punted it away, and Bryce Cowan goes down to cover it. And now they are doing a review on the field because we could see plainly on the replay.
The previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field was the kicking team member had possession of the ball at the 2-yard line before he went into the end zone.
Thank you, sir. You are correct. David Smith, our referee. I think this is going to be an obvious change. That they did not have possession. The ball rolled in. It should be a touchback brought out to the 25-yard line.
But, Todd, why did they wait that long to tell us it was going to be a review unless you have to come back into live play or get ready to kick it off? I mean, Why did they?
Well, they would have wanted to give television an explanation, and probably came from the booth up here that they should look at that. Maybe timing-wise, they got to.
Okay, all right. Well,
But they're not caring about it. They don't care about our travel plans, apparently, Tommy. Right now, it's been a fast quarter. And don't fumble with your HVAC or plumbing. Call Cool Air, Heating Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration to take an official review of your air conditioning and plumbing needs. The review on the field is whether the ball had control. They had control of the ball, before winning the end zone.
After further review, the kicking team member did not have possession prior to the ball crossing the goal line. Therefore, it is a touchback. Ball will be placed on the 20-yard line. First down, South Carolina.
My point, and I think your answer was, though, they should have known right when the thing happened that it was reviewable, but they didn't go to that then. They waited till the timeout, then the TV timeout, then they came back from the TV timeout and said that. So that's what you said, and I think that's what they did. Does that make any sense?
Yes, anyway. It does. Either way, we got it at the 20 and not at the 2. That's a good thing. Rocket Sanders in the ball game now. Mazio Bennett checks in. Mazio goes in motion. Now, another false start on the Gamecocks. That's a second on the day.
False start. 76 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Boy, Simpkins last week won SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week. Rated out like over 80%. And not a good start right there for him, but had a great week last week. Boy.
Knocking people over, said he had 5 pancake blocks. Rated out like you said. So after the penalty now, it's 1st and 15 at the Carolina 15-yard line. Vandy with a 4-man rush. And a crossing route. Can't get it away is Sellers. He's trying to run out of the pocket and fumbles the football. And Vandy's got it at the 15-yard line. Sellers just carrying that ball by his hip. Was under way too much pressure. And the Commodores come up with it when they got Carolina in a 1st and 15. Sellers couldn't find his man and was reckless. And C.J. Taylor takes the fumble. And the first turnover goes against the Gamecocks.
Yeah, something he's been away from the last 2 weeks. No turnovers whatsoever, but that one right there, a little careless on his part, trying to break out of there, as Todd said. Make a play and extend the play, and just carrying the ball with one hand and just Vanderbilt.
Now, the Commodores already in field goal position at the Carolina 15. Let's see what this Gamecock defense can do. They're going from north to south in all black uniforms, gold helmets today. And they got 2 backs in the backfield, Newberry and Alexander. Pavio taking a long time. He'll hand off right side to Alexander behind the block on the right side of Newberry. Going to net 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 upcoming. Carolina's been going in fast mode. For the most part, the Commodores have been going down to 3 or 4 seconds on the play clock in no rush, trying to speed this game up with 3:20 to go in the first and no score here in Nashville. Number 24, Vanderbilt. Gamecocks have beaten them 15 years in a row. Alexander now to the right of Pavio in the backfield. Is working out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers right side. And Pavio gets the ball knocked out of his hand. A great rush from the edge. And that is Kyle Kennard who jumped on it. I believe he's the one who knocked it out. A strip sack for Kyle Kennard. And Kennard goes into the top 10 all-time single-season sack artist at Carolina. So a turnover results in a turnover, and Carolina's got the ball back. Boom! Go ahead, Kyle Kennard.
Yeah, we had it initially at the 20. Now we got it at the 19. So 2 turnovers, as Todd called it, and that was Kennard. He just came around his offensive tackle on the left, on his right side, the offensive left side, our right side, made a great play, reached up, knocked the ball, came from behind Pavio really that time, and a drop back pass. That's what we want him to do, is drop back pass, and then we can rush it.
Kennard bails out Sellers, and now they'll go back to work with Rocket Sanders left side. Not much going there. Vanderbilt doing a good job so far, right at the initial line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard gain on the play. Langston Patterson, another Nashville native, gets his 46th tackle on the season. Sellers quickly back up to work. Second down and 9. Simon comes in motion. He'll throw to him on the edge. Simon's got the ball in the flat, turns the corner, and that's the one he had on the touchdown catch and run late against Texas A&M. He picks up the first down. Good block on the edge that time, by the way. I think that was Nick Harbor. It was.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a pick play there, but well done. No penalty, anything like that.
Clock winding at 2:10 here in the first quarter. No score. Carolina with the football at their own 30-yard line. Roll out right side is Sellers trying to go backside. He wants Larvidan incomplete over on the Vanderbilt bench. Well covered on the play. We had a streaking Nick Harbor going down the middle. Larvidan started like he was going to go towards the middle of the field, went back, and nobody was fooled on the Commodores side.
Yeah, we really got to get the wideouts playing better football and catching the pass and all. Last week we had 244 yards of passing offense. Only 19 came from the wideouts.
Jacobs is in at wide receiver now. Josh Simon goes in motion over the right side. 2nd and 10. 4-man rush. Sellers got some time. Dumps it down late to Michael Smith, and he gets it hard in that zone defense. And Sellers tried to throw him to an open spot, Tommy, but Vandy was waiting in the zone there. And it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, we're kind of throwing where they are right now with our pass routes, and they drop him back in that zone. We see so many people playing us that way and just really trying to confuse Sellers, but he's got some time, but we just got to move this thing around a little bit.
From their own 31-yard line, 3 wide receivers over the right side, blitz on the right side, picked up initially, and a throw to Josh Simon on the edge, great throw and catch, turns the corner and gets a first down on the Gamecock sideline. Simon with a 12-yard gain. Really well thrown by Sellers, Tommy.
Excellent throw, but also a really nice pattern by Simon. He went out there, he planted his left foot, he cut out right number of yards. He didn't take it too far, too short, cut it off too short. They knew exactly what each other was thinking then. Good relationship between your receiver and your quarterback.
First down for Carolina at their own 43-yard line. 1:27 to go in the first. Up the middle is the run play. That's Rocket. Jumps over one man. He's into Vandy territory around the 46. That looked explosive right there. Just a little dive play left side, but it nets 10 yards and moves the chains again for the guys in the garnet and black. Carolina going fast here. 3 wide receivers over the right side. Rocket to the right of Sellers. Vandy's still trying to get lined up. Let's see. It'll be Rocket again. Straight up the middle. He's hiding behind that huge offensive line and sputters inside the 45 around the 43. Selly Simpkins with another good block, a 5-yard gain.
Dave, 20 carries for Rocket last week, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions, 92 yards. Of course, no one will forget the 52-yarder for the touchdown he ran for the Gamecocks last week.
Leads the team with 8 touchdowns on the ground. He'll give it to him again. Up the middle is Rocket now, inside the 40, and this... I don't know if he got time. He need to get to about the 37.
Yeah.
Looks to be a yard short or so. Colby Taylor from Fort Lauderdale is a transfer from Wyoming for Vanderbilt. Makes the stop. A lot of ground game here with 11 seconds to go in the quarter. And Vanderbilt looked like they wanted to blitz, and I think Dal Logan saw that. Sellers is going to let the clock run. Shane Beamer walks out, pulls his quarterback over to the sideline. We're going to the second quarter here in Nashville with no score. Number 24, Vanderbilt. And the Gamecocks, Carolina, on the move when we come back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
During Jim Hudson's Model Year-End Sales Event, everything is marked down to go. Shop over 2,000 vehicles with up to $11,000 in savings. Or get financing as low as 0% for 60 months, plus 0 down, plus 0 payments for 90 days. During Jim Hudson's Model Year-End Sales Event at jimhudson.com.
Excludes tax, tech, title, $5.99 closing fee. Expires 8/31/24. 16.67 per thousand finance with approved credit. Discount off MSRP. Includes all factory incentives. Example, new 23 Ford F-150 stock F-3755 Ford.
Your home for South Carolina football.
Inside the 20, leaping a man at the 15, at the 10. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Carolina.
This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high. Steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Two backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40 at the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long, right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Back at our network studios, Chris Miller here with you. Nothing after one quarter in Vanderbilt. Stations, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Let's check that Beatbox College scoreboard. Beatbox now for sale in Williams-Brice Stadium. In the top 25, it's Ole Miss on top of Georgia 13-7. Indiana, they're for real. They lead Michigan 14-3. Kansas, boat racing Iowa State 31-10. Army over North Texas 7-3. Clemson trails Virginia Tech 7-0. Texas Tech on top of Colorado 13-zip. Earlier, it was Ohio State 45-0 over Purdue. Georgia Tech 28-23 over Miami. Texas blew out Florida 49-17. Still to come, Oregon and Maryland, Mississippi State and Tennessee, Florida State, Notre Dame, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, Missouri, Penn State, Washington, Nevada, Boise State, Pittsburgh, Virginia, BYU, Utah State, and Washington State. No other games in the SEC involving top 25 teams. In the ACC, Duke leads NC State 12-6, and it was Boston College defeating Syracuse 37-31. With a call the second quarter, here's the voice of the Gamecocks Hall of Fame quarterback, Todd Ellis.
Chris, thank you so much for that thorough update as we move to the second quarter. No score here in Nashville. Don't forget the Bud Light halftime report. Chris will run you through that and highlights here from Nashville. Sellers now, third down and very short at the Vanderbilt 30. He's going to take it himself. 37. They hit him and he rolls forward inside the 37-yard line for Carolina first down. Shane Beamer motions in that direction, and he's correct. And fresh set of downs for the Gamecocks in their white jerseys and garnet helmets and garnet pants on the road today in the Southeastern Conference. Trying to get another conference win on the road. 10th play of the drive upcoming. Brady Hunt's in the ball game. Two wide receivers set. Now they move Rocket out of the backfield over to the right side. Vandy with a five-man front. And Harbor comes in motion over to the right side. Sellers all alone. Going to run it himself right side. And Rocket doesn't get a block. Nobody else does. And he lost a ton of yards on that one. We were trying to overload on the edge that time, Tommy. It didn't even come close. Langston Patterson was ready for Sellers on the run game.
Boy, it looked like Vanderbilt knew exactly what we were going to run that time, because when that ball was snapped and Sellers took one step to the right, about four guys dressed in black took out running, and they read it perfectly, played it well, and we didn't do a really good job blocking.
I'll bet you a pimento cheese sandwich, we're going to pull that one out and throw it to Rocket. Now Sellers stepping up in the pocket, and he's throwing late to Harbor, reaches up and catches the 23. And Nick inside the 20-yard line. Tommy, I like more than that, just the first down. The great catch by Nick Harbor. Reached up and caught it with his hands. Good for 23 yards. And now Carolina's got it at the Vandy 17-yard line.
Super play by him, and he's building that confidence all the time, just throwing the ball.
Two wide receivers over the left side, two tight ends as well. Rocket in the backfield. Blitz up the middle. Sellers down to Josh Simon at the goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown, Josh Simon. 17 yards out.
We've seen that one before, Todd, in a couple games. They really release him right down through the middle. We don't throw the tight ends across the middle a lot, but that's just a straight release down the middle on the hash mark. And Sellers looked him off to the left first and came back to him. That safety with the look off went to the safety's right, our left. Left Simon wide open and good throw. Good protection, too.
C.J. Taylor down for Vanderbilt on the field as Carolina lines up for the extra point.
Todd, a lot of things about these two teams were similar coming in. I mentioned some of them. Another one was average possession time. per game. We were at 31.28. Vanderbilt 32.25 per game. In the first quarter, we doubled them. We were over 9. They were little around 4.5. So, and now, of course, here we are in the second quarter with a score, which helps a lot. But interesting ball game as it's playing out. 2 turnovers each, one by each team, rather. And good play right there. Good play by Harbor, good play by Sellers.
Tommy, that we've had 2 long drives, 1-14 play that resulted in no points. His Taylor is up, by the way, and limping, but coming over to the sideline on his own. And that was a 12-play drive, 81 yards, and Josh Simon got his 5th receiving touchdown on the season. Rocket Sanders was blocking on C.J. Taylor on that play, the blitz. Really good throw by Sellers. It was down the seam. No shock. They were playing zone again, Tommy. And the one area it could be thrown to, that's what Sellers found. And Simon took a big hit at the goal line and held on. Here's Alex Herrera. Snap it back, put it down, kick it up into the unfinished south end here at the stadium, First Bank Stadium. And it's good into the net. And the Gamecocks lead on the road over number 24, Vanderbilt. Just into the second quarter. We'll be back 13-11 to go. 7-0 Gamecocks. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
A tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health is proud to be the official team physicians for the Gamecocks. For more information, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
More coverage of South Carolina football after these local messages.
Ball tipped up in the air. It's picked off. The Gamecocks down the far sideline. The linebackers knocked out of bounds.
On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high. Steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. He backs in the backfield. Hand off right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to go line. Touchdown, Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40 at the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long, right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Nothing Gamecocks here in the second quarter in Nashville over Vanderbilt, number 24 in the country. Let's go down on the sideline. Chet Tucker. Chet, Vandy playing that soft zone. Carolina with another long drive. This time they had it pay off.
Yeah, great job so far by Lenore Sellers to sit in the pocket. Offensive line doing a great job providing him with protection, allowing routes to develop, receivers to sit down in those holes. South Carolina already with 100 yards passing. Counter that with Vanderbilt's 13 pass yards. They've been able to get the pressure on Pavia just with bringing 4, not having to bring anyone extra into the rush. That bodes well for South Carolina the rest of the way.
Yeah, Tommy, to your point during the break, you were talking about Kyle Kennard's play. He bailed out Sellers for his fumble, got it right back.
He really did. He went all the way around the tackle. Tackle had a pretty good block on him initially. He kept fighting, using his upper body strength, went around behind Pavio and knocked it out of his hand when he was getting ready to throw it.
Here's Alex Herrera. He booms this one about 8 yards deep in the south end zone. It'll be a touchback on the play. And the Commodores, who are 0 for 2 on third down and just 26 yards of total offense, will come back out on the field. It's a scrappy team. They've been down before this year, fought back. They've gone to overtime twice. Really, the only strange one they've had is Georgia State. I heard they did not play with a lot of intensity in that ball game, and Georgia State could make you pay for it. They did. They upset Alabama number one team in the country for the first time ever when they were number one. Now Pavia is going to fake it inside and take it himself, and he gets hit hard as he goes to the 30-yard line. That's Peyton Mangum and Peyton Williams and Debo Williams, the Williams guys on defense, teaming up. It's a 5-yard gain on the play, but Pavia paid for that one. And Tommy, we heard the rumors about maybe he was injured and might not play today. And what we ended up kind of finding out is he's just really banged up. He's such a physical player, has so much control of the offense that he's not going to be denied from playing, but is really banged up. He just took another big shot there.
Yeah, he run the ball 146 times coming in here, most of those designed.
Out of the gun again, he'll give it up the middle to Newberry this time, the backup running back. And nothing happening as T.J. Sanders is in his pocket. He slaps the head of his teammate there, Demetrius Knight. They celebrate a little bit. -1 on the play. Another tackle for a loss for Clayton White's defense. As we mentioned, Coach White in the top 20 in all defensive categories except passing defense. And right now, they certainly are putting it on Vanderbilt. It only has 13 yards through the air. All right, third down. Third down and 6 from their own 29-yard line. Vandy down 7-0 to Carolina. In the second quarter, Carolina walks the linebackers up. Got 4 down linemen. Now 5 come. And Pavia is throwing it across the middle to his tight end. I think he makes the catch right at the marker. E-Man Worry was on Stowers, but he pulled it in somehow and made 6 yards and a Commodore first down. That's their first conversion of the afternoon. Boy, that was a risky throw as E-Man Worry was all over the tight end, but they do make the catch as they've done throughout the year. Leading receiver on the team. Former 4-star quarterback now playing tight end. First and 10 for Vanderbilt at their own 35-yard line. Very much getting to be nightfall here. Hand off inside, and the Gamecocks there in the run game for Newberry. And driving him back is Ryan Thomas, the defensive end, who came in. And that's 2 in a row on this drive for him in his 13th tackle on the season.
He was hurt earlier in the year and has come in now and continue to give us good rotation behind Stewart and on that defensive end position, so played well.
Yes, Stewart and Brian Thomas in there now, the defensive ends. And on a 2nd and 10, they're lining up definitely in run technique. Now Stewart stands up. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Pistol formation for Pavia. He fakes inside. He's under pressure, and he backs up away from a Gamecock. Now is turning back towards midfield. Now backing up, throw it off his back foot and throws it out of bounds. Oh, T.J. Sanders came almost unfree. I think it might have been free. And Pavia just backed away from him. Could not be controlled and had to throw the football away as O'Donnell Fortune was tracking him down as well. Here's 3rd down and 10 for Vanderbilt.
Boy, he knows where he is on the field, though, doesn't he?
Absolutely does.
He reverses his field to buy time to just throw the ball away instead of just run. Just really a heady quarterback. Great instincts. Very impressive.
He's just 2 of 6, though, through the air so far. He needs 10 yards here. Pistol formation with Monty Jones, the tailback this time. They like to throw to the graduate, 5'11", 225-pounder. Stowers comes in motion to the inside. Option play. Shuffle pass inside to Stowers. Stowers at the 40, trying to push up to the marker. Does not get there around the 45. And another good-looking play from Pavia, who clearly is a magic man with that football. Knows he can pitch it, he can run it, he can throw it. An 8-yard gain, and it's going to bring out the Vanderbilt punting team.
I tell you, though, too, he is good. Don't get me wrong, but I love their offensive scheme. It's very unusual for SEC teams to a large degree. But it fits this program here, these athletes, and he does an excellent job executing it and managing it.
Murko to punt it away. Jalen Kilgore set back to receive this at the 10-yard line. Murko booms one, spinning it. And Kilgore's calling for the fair catch. He's got it at the 8-yard line. We told you we had 2 great punters, both averaging over 47 yards a punt. And Murko just does one there at 48. He's had 13 on the year over 50. Doesn't quite reach that mark. But the Gamecocks lead at 7-0 here in the second quarter. 9:42 to go. This is Carolina football from Learfield. parents, it's never too late or too early to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. And it doesn't have to be awkward. Try short conversations, not one long talk. The more short conversations you have, the easier it gets. And more than 80% of kids ages 10 to 18 say their parents help them make smart decisions. Because if you're not talking to them, someone else is. Get conversation starters at openconversationsc.com.
You're listening to Gamecock Football.
Trying to go down the field and into coverage and picked off. Into 10, that's even worry. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
We're back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
This is Carolina Calls, your source for everything Gamecocks.
He's Shane Beamer. I'm Todd Ellis. Great to be with you.
That was a gutty win. That was a physical win. We played with toughness, and that's what you had to have.
Coach Beamer joins us for a full hour of Carolina football talk throughout the season.
They had 10 men on the field the first time they punted the football. Our crowd that contributes directly to that.
Listen live every Thursday night on your home for Gamecock football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Long drives for Carolina's offense today. Got one touchdown out of it. Got no points out of a 14-play drive. Lenore Sellers has thrown his 8th touchdown of the year. Had a fumble, however, was gained back by Kyle Kennard, who goes into the top 10 in sacks. Achieving your financial goals takes a solid game plan. The right teammate. There's no better financial teammate than Founders Federal Credit Union. Score big with a Founders membership. Visit an office near you or foundersfcu.com to see how you can elevate your financial game plan. Bruce Brumfeld, our good friend, along with Keith Wilson, are here with us in Nashville as the Gamecocks take off and go 1st and 10 straight up the middle. This time is Oscar Attaway, number 27, covering up the football and really striking people, Tommy, running very physical today. That gains 11 yards and a Carolina first down.
Good blocking up front, too, right through the middle.
Norris Sellers puts Attaway to his right side, calls for the football, hand off again, big hole left side, stiff arm, Attaway in one man he cannot beat. He slams the ball on the ground because there's a good tackle in the backfield by Vanderbilt. Ricky Wright with the stop, but it's still a 6-yard gain for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, he's not quite as large as Sanders, but got a little bit quicker motion to him, so it's a little bit different type of running back that they got to get used to.
Sellers trying to get guys right, including Simon over to the left side. Here comes a blitz by Vanderbilt. They'll run straight at the middle with Carolina, and not much going that time with Oscar Attaway, who tried to step away from the blitz, but gained just a yard on the play, and 3rd down is upcoming for Carolina. I see Brady Hunt running in from the far sideline, the tight end, along with Josh Simon. A lot of snaps for Brady Hunt, the Muncie, Indiana native and transfer from Ball State. Go to the slot over to the right side. Sellers now, 3rd down and 2 with 8:20 to go in the first half. Carolina up 7-0. And Brady Hunt goes in motion, gets under center, then gets away from it. And now Sellers going to try to run it himself, right side. And Sellers pushes up. The Gamecocks say he got it only on effort.
The only way he got it was 240 pounds got it for him.
3-yard gain. In fact, Vanderbilt was celebrating. And then Sellers kept pushing forward and got enough for the first down. They did that play where Brady Hunt goes under center, tries to draw him off as a tight end. Then he stepped away, snapped it back. And I think Sellers wanted to throw it in the flats, Tommy, but he ended up running it. There's a timeout on the field after the Carolina first down because Vanderbilt's got a player down. That's Langston Patterson, the junior from Nashville and the 3rd leading tackler on the football team. He is up as I speak and coming towards the bench.
Todd, so far the Gamecocks wideouts have more receiving yards today than they had all last week. Harbor's got 29, and Labradine has got 10. So, you know, that we had 19 last week, so we're doing a better job there. That's good, and just got to keep getting a long drive here with 7:59 to go in the half. Be nice to take this, move it down the field, eat up about 5 or 6 minutes off the clock, and go in and get some points.
Yeah, right now Carolina beating Vanderbilt at their own game, and that's extended drives and time of possession. Rocket Sanders is back in the lineup now, 1st and 10. Good job by Sellers picking that one up. That was kind of a dusty play. Sellers out of the gun, handles the snap. Steps in the pocket, got some time, now going to run out right side. Thought about throwing, going to slide down at the 35. He'll gain a couple after that as the Commodores were coming hard at him with the ball at 3. Let's watch the spot. And up to about the 34-yard line. Vanderbilt just playing the soft zone, but they're rarely out of position. They're
very
tracking the Gamecocks very well, playing discipline, as you say. 7:19 to go in the first half. 7-0 Gamecocks. Sellers out of the shotgun. Wants to throw it out left side. Got a man out there. Good block. And at the 40 is Jacobs. Good run. Jared Brown. Good job blocking by Larvadan. And Jacobs gets it to a 3rd and very short after a 6-yard gain.
That play just scares me to death. It looks like every time somebody's going to intercept it, somebody's going to run into each other. It's so much on timing and technique and a block here and there, but well executed that time.
And Vanderbilt can't get lined up, and Sanders goes straight up the middle. He's got more than enough in that 230-pound frame to pick up the first down and move the sticks as the clock runs at 6:31. Vershawn Lee with a good block along with Casey Henry. Tommy, it does appear that our hurry-up is affecting Vanderbilt. Several times they've not been set.
Yeah, I always ask Dow Loggins, give me something that I need to look for. And that's what he told me yesterday getting on the plane. And so good insight, because I agree with you, Todd. It's something that they're just struggling with.
Brady Hunt back into the lineup. Jacobs comes in motion behind Sellers, who wants to run option play left side. Vanderbilt is there again, and Sellers drops the football, thankfully out of bounds as he was trying to push some guys off of him. Norris has got to be careful with that, Tommy. It's not his fault that it was not blocked well over there, but still protect the football.
Yeah, it looks like Vanderbilt is not going to let him get to the outside and score it from 23 yards out like he did last week in the first drive against A&M. So
-4 in that play.
Yeah, that's twice we run it and lost yards.
Tight formation, everybody close to the tackles. Sellers in the pocket, wants to throw. Out route, Gamecock sideline. It might have been bobbled. Let's see. No, incomplete. Gamecocks were lobbying for it for Jacobs on the bench. And Tommy, I think Sellers has got to start taking some of those drop-down plays to his running backs. Vandy's just backing out right now. It's hard to get down the field, and this one's going to be a 3rd down and 13 yards. They need to get to the Vanderbilt 46 to pick up the first down. 3-man, now 4-man front for Vanderbilt. 3 wide receivers over to the right side. Sellers got time now, in trouble. Steps up in the pocket. Going to try to run out left side, get towards the Gamecock bench, and runs out of bounds after he picks up about 5 or 6, but well short of the first down marker. We'll call it 8 actually picked up. And that's 4th down for Carolina. The run's good, just too much to make up there. And Carolina will have the punting formation with Kai Kroger stepping out. The ball is marked at the Carolina 49. It's 4th and 5. Martell Height, the very good defensive back, who is 3rd in the country in punt return, stands back at the 10-yard line. Kai Kroger is going to loop one. And high punt. Will call for the fair catch. Will Height at the Vanderbilt 12-yard line catches, he steps out of bounds. A 39-yard punt, but more importantly, keeps Height from being able to return it. 4:39 remaining here. It's 7-0 in the first half for Carolina. We'll be back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is South Carolina football.
Carolina comes after it. Another block punt. And we dive on it. The special teams and Beamer ball come through again.
Back in 60 seconds on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high. Steps into the end zone. Touchdown Carolina. He backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to goal line. Touchdown Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40 at the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long, right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
Gamecocks have got 14 first downs compared to Vanderbilt's 3. That drive did not yield any points, but Kai Kroger flipped the field on him. Vanderbilt's going to start 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Let's check down on the sideline. I think Chet Tucker's got a couple updates for us.
Yeah, Prisma injury, health update. Tonka Hemingway, who was injured in the first quarter, they believe he broke his hand. They were wrapping it up and said he's going to be able to return. And DQ Smith, who's been noticeably absent from the backfield here defensively, tweaked his back during the pregame warm-ups and is not likely to play.
Yeah, Williams has been in there a bunch, and Eman Morey's been playing in the slot some at the strong safety or nickel. So DQ not in the lineup today so far. Now Diego Pavia, who's been held down for the most part today. He's 3 of 7 through the air, 27 yards, and just 6 yards on the ground. Will get 1st and 10 at his own 12. Carolina with a 4-man front. Alexander's the back to his left. Pavia taking a long time. Now brings a man in motion across his face, and they wind around behind him. They'll give it to Alexander up the middle, and Alexander gets stood up. Demetrius Knight, in a violent way, is in there in the pile, holding it to a 2-yard gain on the play. Chias Gear, 6'4", 256-pounder from Anderson, South Carolina, transferred from Syracuse 2 years ago, and on that stop as well. A plethora of defensive linemen playing for the Gamecocks today, trying to get to 6 wins and bowl eligible and beat the Commodores 16 straight years. A shift by the Gamecock defensive front as Pavia moves the tight end over to the left side. Carolina got all 4 down on the ground. Pavia's going to take it himself, and from the edge, Carolina's got him. He may have put the ball on the ground. There's no signal. That's -1 on the play. Oh, wow, from the edge, Dylan Stewart. Another tackle for a loss. Tommy, that makes his 8th tackle for a loss on the year, this one in the run game. And it's 3rd down and 9. This is exactly the opposite of what Clark Lee wants. Tonka Hemingway, broken-handed all, is back into the lineup. As he puts one of those hands, hopefully the good one, down on the ground. Pavia needs to get out to the 22-yard line. Working out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. Gamecocks coming. Quick out route on the edge. Into the arms of his wide receiver on the Gamecock bench. Carolina slips just slightly, and Quincy Skinner got the catch on the sideline, and that's good for 9 yards, and they Commodore 1st down. It looked like O'Donnell Fortune just slid right as he tried to change direction. By no means was Pavia throwing a bullet out there, but it was on time in the right spot.
Yeah, good relationship between he and his receiver that time to know where the receiver was going to be, and the receiver knew when he cut, he needed to be ready for the ball, and it was right there.
1st and 10 if they convert in the pass game. Pavia goes back to the pistol formation, sits the tight end down over to the left side. Cobb and Arn back into the lineup. They're going to run it straight up the middle, and a big impact around the 25-yard line. Demetrius Knight in on Cedric Alexander, who goes just 5'9", 200 pounds. Those hits take a toll, but he gained 5 yards that time.
You've got to watch Fabio keeping it on the corner, though, because he does a good job of continuing his faith. He's got good
2-minute
mobility back there. He's got good hand-eye coordination. All those things he does well. He's going to keep it on the edge sometimes, so we've got to watch it.
Both teams head over to their sidelines because it's the 2-minute timeout before the half runs out. Don't forget we'll have the Bud Light halftime report, but more football to go on a 2nd down and 5 at the Vanderbilt 27-yard line. When we come back, this is Carolina football. They lead at 7-0 over Vandy from Learfield.
The Carolina Jackpot $5 scratch-off ticket is back, giving you a chance to win up to $200,000 while supporting future Gamecocks. And level the playing field with the Second Chance promotion for another shot to win $50, $75, or $100,000. Let's show them what we're made of, Gamecocks. The South Carolina Education Lottery, supporting education for more than 20 years. Overall odds are 1 in 3.98. Top prize odds are 1 in 520,000. Second chance odds depend on number of entries received.
Your home for South Carolina football.
Inside the 20, leaping a man at the 15, at the 10. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Carolina.
This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
Gamecocks have given up a turnover and forced one so far in the afternoon here in the first half with 2 minutes to go. Gamecocks have forced 19 turnovers this season, tied for the SEC lead, and nation's 6th best. And that led to a score, and it's 7-0 right now. But Vanderbilt has got the football. 2nd down and 5 at their own 27-yard line.
Todd, with 2 minutes to go in the first half, Gamecocks 188 yards in total offense, only 59 for Vanderbilt.
That's not going to get it done. Their defense is playing well so far, but they're basically keeping the Gamecocks in front of them, forcing some long drives. It's been good for Carolina, but they've had a missed field goal as well. Put 3 more on the board. Pavia working out of the shotgun, going to keep it himself left side. Gamecocks are there, but he steps out of one tackle. E-Man Worry meets him around the 34-yard line, puts a helmet in his hip, and a 7-yard gain. And Pavia likes what he's got because he moves the sticks and now trying to go hurry up. Alexander's the back in the backfield. Pavia wipes the hands off on a towel, moves Alexander over to the right side. Make that Monty Jones. Jones is the back. Pavia wants to throw. Under some pressure. Down the middle. Slings one sidearm. Incomplete on the play. He had Richie Hoskins, Tommy, and it looked like Hoskins could not hold on. The ball appeared to be in the right spot.
Yeah, just a nice ball fake in the back again. Just you got to freeze that linebacker. Just take half a step. And that's what he did, and it opened up a passing lane there. The receiver just could not hold on to it.
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. They will huddle up this time. Vanderbilt in their black, all black uniforms with gold helmets today. Pavia breaks the huddle, sends 4 wide receivers out. And it's back over to the right side. Carolina in a 4-man front, playing press coverage in 2 spots. Just 2 seconds remaining on the play clock. Snap it back. Pavia going to run it himself right side, but Demetrius Knight is there. Says, not going to do it, little guy. Not getting out of there this time. I got your legs and got you down. No gain on the play. Here comes 3rd down.
Wait a minute. Now, why you call a guy 6 feet little guy? I mean, I'm not quite 6 feet.
Compared to Demetrius Knight. Compared to Demetrius Knight.
Okay, that's better. That's better. You know, time's going to be an issue here, Todd. 1:15, 1:14 to go in the second quarter. They're taking a lot of time out there. Looks like they're just going to let this. They're not going to try to do anything funny or anything like that. And
3rd down and 9 upcoming.
Yeah, they don't want to take too much of a chance, but let's see.
Just 4 seconds left, 2 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it off. No, they don't.
Timeout, I believe. Yeah, timeout.
Oh, they did call timeout.
Timeout. Vanderbilt. They're second.
Kyle Kennard looked like, I have no idea, I'm speculating, just told Pavia pretty close to his ear hole, you glad you called a timeout on that when I was coming for you, big guy.
You know, one thing hit my mind right at the end before they snapped the ball was they were baiting us with that, and then they were going to throw deep on it. And I think they were certainly throwing a pass, so they were going downfield somewhere with it. But sometimes the idea there is to just force you to relax, think they're going to let the time run out or whatever. No, so you just relax just a little bit, and then someone runs by you. So you got to be careful with that. But time-wise, only 53 seconds to go. They've got timeouts left, though, 1 timeout.
Gamecock defense, let's don't minimize what they've done. None of us are. We're raving about them. Vanderbilt with 66 total yards, and this is an offense that came in ranked 3rd in red zone offense, 23rd in 3rd down conversions. Right now, they're 2 of 5 and facing another one now. Bam Martin, Debo, and Knight in the ball game. 3 linebackers for Carolina. And Bam Martin is lined up over on the edge with Kennard. Alexander's the back in the backfield. From their own 35-yard line with 53 seconds remaining. Carolina brings 5. Pavio in the pocket. He slides out. He runs for it in the 40, 45, 50, and they line him up around the 50-yard line. Pavio got out of the backfield when Carolina was collapsing the pocket. And the worst thing that happened, he gained 16 yards in his 44 seconds remaining in the half. He'll drop back in the pocket, looking left side, crossing route, got it. Carolina's right away on top of him. Nice job by Demetrius Knight. And we've got a Gamecock who's hurt, I think, since the last play. That's
Stewart. That's Stewart. Yeah, he was hurt on the previous play, and because Pavio wanted to run the play so quickly, which was the right thing for him to do, Stewart was not able to come off the field or didn't want to come off the field. And, he's down now, so hopefully not hurt too bad, but
first time.
Wow, what a play, though. Again, that's his magician type of thing. He was back there. We had Kennard on him. We had Stewart on him. And I think there was Sanders was back there as well. Looked like it was going to be a sack. He just pulled away from him and was able to get out of the sack and then pick up 18 or 19 yards.
Peyton Williams on the hit, but it didn't seem to affect him. They lined back up immediately. And so I'm showing Vanderbilt 2 timeouts remaining.
With an injury with less than 2 minutes remaining, there's an option for a 10-second runoff.
Just one timeout remaining for Vanderbilt. 33 seconds remaining, and we got a field goal kicker, guys, that can absolutely crush it. And that's Brock Taylor, the sophomore from Knoxville. Has got a career-long, program-long 57-yarder on his resume.
Yeah, he's hit 5. He's 5 of 6 on 50-plus yard field goals this year.
A.J. Newberry's in the ball game, but the running back is split out left side. Play clock running again down. Pavius working the shotgun, sends Newberry over to the right side. He's got some time in the pocket, now in trouble. Slings one up in the air into coverage, knocked away. Gamecocks are there, so was Vandy, and there's a fight for it. Was that Brian Thomas with the pressure on Pavia, pushing him back? And if there was any glimmer of a completion, it went away as he had to throw off his back foot, and Kilgore jumped in front of the pass.
But he still was able to put a good bit of velocity on it, get it down there. and he knew where that receiver was. So I continue to be impressed with this kid as a quarterback, just making plays. Not the pro-type quarterback necessarily, but just a kid that loves playing football and is pretty doggone good.
26 seconds remaining in the first half. Carolina up 7-0. Vanderbilt's got the football right at midfield. Pavia's in the pocket again. Boy, there's holding on that time on Kennard, and he throws down the hash mark, and it's incomplete. Incomplete, thrown over the head of his intended receiver. How is there no holding on Kennard on that play? And now it's fourth down with 20 seconds remaining, and they will bring out the punt team.
Good defensive play right there.
Yep.
A couple good defensive plays.
I will say this, Pavia will throw the football into jeopardy, but he's not had it hurt him really that bad this year.
No, he really hasn't.
Anyways, just thrown, what's he thrown? Three interceptions.
3 interceptions, yeah.
Nobody back for Carolina from the punt game. And Mercer's going to run up and try to run some clock. Kicks one down end over end. He's got his guys down there. It does roll in the back of the end zone, but just 13 seconds remain for Carolina.
Well, all that said by Pavia, though, about him, and he's as good as advertised, folks. Gamecocks look like they're going to hold Vandy to 83 yards in total offense in the first half.
Right.
Pretty good.
And they've had him backing up most of the night, Tommy, when he's trying to throw the football.
He's made some magician-type plays out there, running the ball and maybe even throwing it occasionally as well. But at the same time, he knows he's playing a pretty good defensive unit, so he's got to be on cue the whole time. He's got to watch number 5, number 6, number 46, number 55, number 90, number 90. All those guys can play, and he's got to watch for them because they can cause him a hard night.
Yeah, and the Gamecocks are going to get in, protect the football and take a knee and run the clock down out at 5 seconds remaining in the first half. Don't forget, we'll have an exclusive interview with Coach Beamer. Chet Tucker will try to get with him after his role on television. Gamecocks are going to go into halftime leading 7-0. And as Tommy just mentioned, Commodores just 83 yards of total offense. And that first half to Carolina's 183. But Tommy, for the most part, the game's gone like we thought it was going to go, probably, with what Vanderbilt's goals were and what we were trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Both teams are pretty, I mean, they were very similar coming in here statistic-wise. And so...
Chet, I didn't mean to interrupt you, just letting you watch Coach Beamer, and when he gets free, Chet Tucker will be right there.
Here we go.
Here he goes now. Here's Chet with Coach Beamer on our Dukes Mayo interview.
Coach, a great first half by your defense in particular. You're outgaining them by 100 yards. What do you have to do in the second half to extend this lead?
Finish drives. A lot of the things we're doing on offense right now are the things you can't do to win games, turning the ball over, penalties, missed blocks. Just got to play cleaner on offense and finish these drives that we got going. I mean, they got 80 yards of freaking offense right now. We've run 38 plays to their 28. We ought to be up more than 7-0.
Best of luck in the second half, Coach.
Chet, thank you. Never good for Coach Beamer to see the full stats on the scoreboard when he's walking off the field. He's going to be in disgust, but maybe he'll explain that to the football team as well. But overall, we've got a good defense for Vanderbilt as well. Let's not give them less credit than they deserve. I think they've done a good job of assignments, being in the right place. We've made some good plays, but for the most part, they've been in position to stop us.
Yeah, they have, and I think that we just got to get a break or two here. We got to have a turnover or something to get back where we need to be. We get the ball here in the second half, so that's going to help some, and we just got to take advantage of it. Should be up 10-0, not 7-0, but it is what it is. So let's go, Gamecocks.
Thanks to Coach Beamer and thanks to Chet Tucker. That was our Dukes Mayo interview, the official mayonnaise of the Gamecocks. It's got twang. Coming up on the Bud Light halftime report, Chris Miller has all your highlights and numbers from the first half. Our halftime score, Carolina 7, Vandy nothing. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Can't wait for Black Friday? Same.
Luckily, Kohl's savings start early. Shop Friday through Sunday and score so many deals. At the top of my list, Amazon Kids tablets for $49.99. 40% off Cozy Fleece, a Shark vacuum for $149.99. And with an extra 15% off, men's flannels are under $17. Plus, you'll earn $10 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent at Kohl's. Select styles, 15% offer valid November 8th through 10th. Coupons do not apply to Amazon and Shark. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
More coverage of South Carolina football after these local messages.
Ball tipped up in the air. It's picked off. The Gamecocks down the far sideline. The linebackers knocked out of bounds.
On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Bud Light Halftime Report. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Coming up, we'll be listening to the first half highlights and checking the first half numbers. Plus, we'll take a look at the Beatbox College Football Scoreboard. Now, once again, here's Chris Miller.
7-0, your South Carolina Gamecocks lead the number 24 Vanderbilt Commodores at the half in Nashville. A defensive struggle, to say the least, between the Gamecocks and the Commodores. This game started out, Gamecocks won the toss. They decided to kick it away. Worked out well for them. Vandy goes 5 plays, just 14 yards. They have to punt it away. The Gamecocks then put together an impressive opening drive. It goes 15 plays, 62 yards. But unfortunately, Alex Herrera, the reigning SEC Special Teams Player of the Week, misses a 42-yard field goal. Defense says, that's okay, we got your back. 4 plays, 16 yards on the next drive for Vandy. They punt it away. Gamecocks offense then gets it back, and on the first play, Lenora Sellers fumbles the football.
At the Carolina 15-yard line. Vandy with a 4-man rush. And a crossing route. Can't get it away as Sellers. He's trying to run out of the pocket and fumbles the football. And Vandy's got it at the 15-yard line. Sellers just carrying that ball by his hip. Was under way too much pressure. And the Commodores come up with it when they got Carolina at a 1st and 15.
So at that point, you got to be worried if you're a Gamecock fan. Vanderbilt has the football, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. First play on the next drive. They go for a 2-yard gain. Jones runs it to the South Carolina 13. But then Kyle Kennard gets the trifecta on the next play.
In the backfield, he's working out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers right side. And Palmio gets the ball knocked out of his hand. A great rush from the edge. And that is Kyle Kennard who jumped on it. I believe he's the one who knocked it out. A strip sack for Kyle Kennard. And Kennard goes into the top 10 all-time single-season sack artist at Carolina.
Sack, strip, recovery. That is the trifecta. Kyle Kennard bails the Gamecock offense out. South Carolina's offense says, thank you, thank you, thank you. They put together a 12-play, 81-yard drive. And, you know, the right arm of Lenora Sellers goes to the air and finds who's become his favorite target over the last few games.
2 wide receivers over the left side, 2 tight ends as well. Rocket in the backfield. Blitz up the middle. Sellers down to Josh Simon at the goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown, Josh Simon. 17 yards out.
And that would be the score, 7-0. The Gamecocks would have the lead at that point. On the ensuing drive, Vandy just goes 18 yards in 6 plays, got to punt it away. The Gamecocks then put together another impressive drive. This one goes 10 plays. They get it out to midfield, but the drive stalls out. They got to punt it away. Vanderbilt then gets the football for what they hope is a tying drive. They get it out to midfield, and then the Gamecock defense makes some plays, and they slow down Diego Pavia. Have to punt it away. Gamecocks take a knee and send it to the half. 7-0. South Carolina leads it after 1 half of action. Bud Light, proud partners of the Gamecocks, and proudly distributed locally by KW Beverage right across the street from Williams-Brice. Please drink responsibly. We'll have the Beatbox College scores from around the SEC and around the country when we return on the Bud Light Halftime Report.
Are you tired of hard seltzer? Bored with beer? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox. Beatbox is the official party punch of the South Carolina Gamecock Sports Network. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go to your tailgate. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Go Gamecocks. Please drink responsibly. You must be 21 or older.
A tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health is proud to be the official team physicians for the Gamecocks. For more information, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
You're listening to Gamecock Football.
Trying to go down the field and into coverage and picked off. At the 10, that's even worry. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
We're back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. This is Carolina Calls, your source for everything Gamecocks.
See Shane Beamer. I'm Todd Ellis. Great to be with you.
That was a gutty win. That was a physical win. We played with toughness, and that's what you had to have.
Coach Beamer joins us for a full hour of Carolina football talk throughout the season.
They had 10 men on the field the first time they punted the football. Our crowd that contributes directly to that.
Listen live every Thursday night on your home for Gamecock football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
As the official airport of the Gamecocks, CAE is committed to getting Gamecocks to where they want to go with ease. Operating more than 27 daily nonstop flights to New York City, Dallas, Chicago, Philadelphia, and more. Flying locally is now easier than ever with newly renovated shops and restaurants. CAE is the calm that every travel day needs. Why look anywhere else? Check CAE first. Fly local, fly CAE. For more information about flying out of CAE and for a complete list of CAE's nonstop destinations, please visit www.flycae.com. Chris Miller, our network studios, where your South Carolina Gamecocks lead the Vanderbilt Commodores, the 24th ranked Vanderbilt Commodores, by a score of 7-0. Time now to check the Beatbox College scoreboard, showing scores from around college and the SEC. Beatbox now for sale in Williams-Brice Stadium. Let's check the top 25 first. Ole Miss, the Rebels, leading Georgia 16-10. This game into the third quarter, about halfway through the third quarter. Indiana leads Michigan 17-3. This game is early in the third. Iowa State getting absolutely bulldozed by Kansas now, 38-13. Kansas is 2-6, but they're beating up on the 17th-ranked Cyclones. Army on top of North Texas 7-3. Clemson has rallied to lead Virginia Tech 14-7. The Hokies were on top 7-0 at the break, but Clemson has exploded for 2 touchdown passes from Cade Klubnik in the second half. This just halfway through the third quarter. At halftime, it's Colorado trailing Texas Tech 13-10. So to come, Maryland and Oregon, Mississippi State, Tennessee, Florida State, Notre Dame, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, Missouri, Washington, Penn State, Nevada, Boise State, Virginia, Pittsburgh, BYU, and Utah. No other games in the SEC that don't involve top 25 teams. There are a couple in the ACC. Duke and NC State all score at 12. Yeah, that's a weird score, 12. This game halfway through the third quarter. Florida State, Notre Dame, we mentioned that, still to come. And it was Boston College defeating Syracuse 37-31. Cal knocks off Wake Forest 46-36. That is a check of the Beatbox College scoreboard. Beatbox now for sale in Williams-Brice Stadium. Bud Light, proud partners of the Gamecocks, and proudly distributed locally by KW Beverage, right across the street from Williams-Brice. Please drink responsibly. We'll check the numbers on the first half after this timeout. Your halftime score, Carolina 7, Vanderbilt nothing. This is the Bud Light Halftime Show with Carolina football from Learfield.
It's not just football season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So, stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, and your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So, choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Want a satisfying meal for just $6? Try the new $6 meal deal from Dunkin'. It's a medium hot or iced coffee and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and a side of hash browns for $6. You know Dunkin' coffee. It's always made just how you like. The bacon, egg, and cheese is the most toasty and delicious and crispy. Golden hash browns are a must, so they're in the new $6 meal deal too. Take advantage of this offer while it lasts. Excludes espresso and cold brew beverages. Offer valid on bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches only. Excludes seasoned bacon. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions and terms apply.
This is South Carolina football.
Carolina comes after it. Another block punt. And we dive on it. The special teams and Beamer ball come through again.
Back in 60 seconds on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. He backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it at the goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40 at the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long, right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of South Carolina. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of South Carolina and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of South Carolina.
Daily disposable contacts, the best choice for eye health and the ultimate inconvenience. Put them in the morning, take them out at bedtime, and throw them away. Call for a free trial and have a bright, clear Sainsbury day. Chris Miller in our network studios, where right now South Carolina leads number 24, Vanderbilt, 7-0. Stations, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Taking a look at your halftime stats right now, Gamecocks really dominating everywhere. First downs are on top 14-6. Third down efficiency. Carolina's 6 of 8, 3 of 7 for Vandy. Total yards, 187 for the Gamecocks, just 83 for the Commodores. Passing the football, Gamecocks 106-37 for Vandy. Running the football, 81 yards compared to 46 for Vanderbilt. 2 penalties for Carolina, 10 yards. No penalties so far for Vanderbilt. Time of possession, Carolina's had it for 16:51. Vandy for 13:09. And, of course, both teams have turned the football over one time. Passing the football, Lenora Sellers is 9 of 14, 106 yards and a touchdown. Sanders, leading rusher, 8 carries for 31. Sellers, 10 for 27. Attaway, pretty good night for him so far, 4 for 25. Jared Brown, 1 for -1. Receiving the football, Simon, 3 for 40. Harbert, 2 for 29. Attaway, 1 for 12. Larvadan, 1 for 10. Sanders, 1 for 9. Jacobs, 1 for 6. Of course, Sellers had the fumble that he lost. Kyle Kennard had the big recovery. Leading tackler for the Gamecocks, Demetrius Knight, big night for him. He's got 6 total tackles so far. Eman Warrior with 5, Sanders with 3, Debo's got 3, and Dylan Stewart has 2. Passing the football, Diego Pavia, 5 of 12 for 37 yards. Pavia, the leading rusher, 7 for 28. Alexander, 6 for 17. Jones, 1 for 2. Newberry, 2 for -1. Leading receiver for Vandy, Stowers, 3 for 27. Skinner, 1 for 9. And of course, the leading defender tackling-wise, Fontenette has 5 tackles for Vandy, 3 for C.J. Taylor. That's a look at your halftime stats at the half from Commodores Stadium. The Gamecocks lead number 24 Vanderbilt. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Weather looks to be improving. Make sure you stay tuned. Our Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Todd Ellis and Tommy Suggs, as well as our sideline reporter, Chet Tucker, have the call when we return. Your halftime score, Carolina leads it by a score of 7-0. Stay with us. The second half kickoff is next. This has been the Bud Light Halftime Report on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
We are so excited. Sound and Images has upgraded to a phenomenal facility at 807 Bluff Road, right there across the street from our friends at the State Fair. We have new upgraded facilities, a video conferencing room experience that will seat up to 35 people depending on configuration. We also have meeting space and venue space on property to offer our partners at Sound and Images. Please contact Sound and Images at soundandimages.net, your commercial AV installation and live event production specialists.
Parents, it's never too late or too early to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. And it doesn't have to be awkward. Try short conversations, not one long talk. The more short conversations you have, the easier it gets. And more than 80% of kids ages 10 to 18 say their parents help them make smart decisions. Because if you're not talking to them, someone else is. Get conversation starters at openconversationsc.com. Hey Gamecock fans, cue the shine and savings. The new Zips Car Wash app is available for download. Keeping your ride sparkling clean has never been more rewarding. Get the free Zips app and earn points for every in-app purchase, including memberships. Then turn those points into free car wash rewards. Download the app today and your first wash is free. Visit the Apple app or Google Play stores and search Zips Car Wash now. Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the Gamecocks. Welcome back to Nashville on what's been a dreary afternoon is turned to night, and more rain is expected here coming shortly. We shall see. 66 degrees, definitely cooler as we've gotten into nightfall here in the great Music City. Gamecocks on top, 7-0. It's been the grind of a game. Carolina with 187 yards of total offense to Vanderbilt's 83. But Tommy, right now we're doing what we need to do, which is we're 6 of 8 on third down, 4 of 4 in our short yardage, and we're holding Vanderbilt to 3 of 7. We've gotten them off the field. We've had some long drives ourselves. We've just got to convert those into points.
Yeah, we don't ought to be 10-0. We missed the field goal. We're not, of course, and it's what it is. We got a good chance right here to take it and go down the field and put some points up.
Here's Brock Taylor to kick off for Vanderbilt. Gamecocks won the opening toss and deferred in the second half. This ball goes over Juju McDowell's head for a touchback, and Carolina elected to defer, and will take over again with their white jerseys, garnet pants, garnet helmets, and white face masks today. Both teams bouncing around to the music here as they appear set to play. I did see Tonka Hemingway coming back onto the field. Hopefully he was in uniform. The report was on our Prisma Health injury report from Chet Tucker that he broke his hand. They may have just been working on him a little bit longer before they brought him out. All right, here's Lenora Sellers with Rocket Sanders in the backfield. A motion in front of his face, and Sellers got a little pressure, rolls out right side, flag on the play. He's got a man open. That's Josh Simon, who's caught on the near sideline, but hold on, I believe this is coming back. might be holding on the Gamecocks.
Holding, number 75 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
That's Kason Henry's second penalty on the night. He had one of the false starts. And Carolina coming back. Boy, originally blocked very well, Tommy, but we couldn't find anybody open downfield again.
Yeah, but when Linares got out of the pocket and got on the edge, there were 2 or 3 people open, and he went to the one that was the most open. And good decision by him, but just had that penalty. Just hurting ourselves here today.
Yeah,
more than Vanderbilt hurting us.
You could feel that in the frustration of Shane Beamer. Here's Sellers. He wants to go to work again, try to throw the football. He's in trouble. He escapes. Got some blockers out in front of him. Still rolling left side. Way down the field. Got a man wide open. Caught the 50. And cutting back. That's Jared Brown. And Jared goes all the way down to the Vanderbilt 32-yard line. He gets a clap from Shane Beamer. Runs down the sidelines. And again, Superman comes out of the booth in Lenore Sellers and makes a brilliant play down the field. A 51-yard gain to Jared Brown.
Yeah, you know, last week, Lenore Sellers probably saved us 5 or 6 sacks. Coach Dow Loggins and I were talking about that yesterday, and there's another one right there. Should have been a sack, was not. Been a great play.
Simon comes in motion to the right side. Now, Arvidan goes in motion left. Handoff. Sanders, right side. They cut the knees down. He falls forward with that Garnet helmet from in between a couple black jerseys for Vanderbilt and gains just 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Good job by Brown, Tommy, of, you can get a little anxious. You're sitting there waiting on the ball. You're that wide open. He makes the catch, turns, and makes a couple yards as well. Here's Sanders backside, leaps one man inside the 20. Go, Rocket, 10-5. Touchdown. Touchdown, Rocket. Sanders. Launch one. Rocket. 33 yards out. The extra point will make it 14-0 Carolina on their first drive of the second half.
Todd, I said earlier in the ball game you couldn't tell how many Carolina fans here because a lot of people had on black as cover-up because of the rain. But when we made those 2 plays, the long pass to Brown and that run by Sanders, you know there's probably 10 to 12,000 up here for this ball game. So thank you for coming, folks.
Rocket, great patience, and then lifted that right leg up. I can't wait to see that replay as they snap it back, going for the extra point. Herrera to the south end zone, and he got it. 14-0 Gamecocks who score in the opening drive of the second half. Rocket Sanders, again from some distance, 33 yards out this time. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Can't wait for Black Friday? Same. Luckily, Kohl's savings start early. Shop Friday through Sunday and score so many deals. At the top of my list, Amazon Kids tablets for $49.99. 40% off Cozy Fleece, a Shark vacuum for $149.99. And with an extra 15% off, men's flannels are under $17. Plus, you'll earn $10 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent at Kohl's. Select styles, 15% offer valid November 8th through 10th. Coupons do not apply to Amazon and Shark. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Your home for South Carolina football.
Inside the 20, leaping a man at the 15, at the 10. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Carolina.
This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high. Steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. He backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40. At the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long. Right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Gamecocks open up the second half, take the football on 3 plays, 75 yards. And Tommy, our 2 stars from last week and really the best probably playmakers on the field coming up big for Carolina. Come out of that locker room, and that was Lenora Sellers with a scramble play, throw to Jared Brown for 51 yards, and then Rocket cleans it up.
No question about it. Sanders right now, he's got 10 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. No receptions here today. He caught a game, rather. He caught 5 last week, ran for 144 last week. Sellers, on the other hand, rushed for 27 yards tonight, but more importantly, just making plays, just extending plays. He did fumble one time, but 10 of 15 throwing the ball, 157 yards and 1 touchdown. That was a big drive right there, guys, to come out in the second half on the road and take it 75 yards in 3 plays. And as you said, Todd, the 2 guys that we've been riding the last 2 or 3 weeks just continue to perform for us. Everybody else is playing hard too, but those guys really playing well. And the receivers, wide receivers, may not be catching everything we're throwing and may not be as open as we want them to sometimes, but they're blocking pretty well on that drive particularly. Of course, Brown made the good catch.
Alex Herrera runs up, puts the right foot into it. Sherrill set back to receive, going to let it go over his head in the south end zone and taps out for the touchback. And the Gamecock defense will come back out on the field. Let's check down on the sidelines. Here's Chet Tucker.
Hey, Todd, little Prisma injury report coming out of halftime. Freshman sensation left tackle Josiah Thompson went to the locker room with about 30 seconds to go in the first half. He came out for the second half, tried to go through some reps, having some discomfort in his lower leg. He is doubtful to play.
Thompson, it's that time of year for a lot of these freshmen, Tommy. They get worn out with these long college seasons or longer and being so physical. We'll check on him. Thank you, Chet, for our Prisma Health Injury Report, the official healthcare providers for the Gamecocks. Now here's Pavia. We're going to go back to work and play action in the backfield. Roll right, looking out in the flats. Got his man caught on the far sideline near the Gamecock bench. Wrapped up immediately on the play is Quincy Skinner, the senior from Pompano Beach, Florida. Second leading receiver on the team, gains 12 yards.
They like that play. He takes the snap. He does a reverse pivot out to the wide side of the field, turns back to the short side of the field, and the receiver kind of floods his zone, gets between the coverage, the cornerback and the safety coming over, and on the throw, Pavia is very accurate.
Pavia empties the backfield this time, sends Newberry, the running back, out to the right side. Taps his legs, lets the play clock run down. Going to go quickly to the outside. Gamecocks are there, but it's high enough and caught by the wide receiver for the Commodores. That's Junior Sherrill. And Judge Collier was right there afterwards. Pavia, I could tell, that didn't come out of his hand very well. Tommy hung up in the air. Could have easily been a pick 6 if Judge could have gotten really on top of that ball, as opposed to their timing is thrown high enough that Sherrill was the only guy that had a chance at it. The 9-yard gain and second and very short upcoming.
It's when our defensive ends, he's going to have to throw the ball now some in the setup back there, so our defensive ends should be able to make some plays, but they get rid of it pretty quickly. That's the only problem.
14-0 Carolina. 11:53 to go. Play clock down to 1. They get it off. Pavia looking right side, throwing out in the flat for Sherrill. Pick up for the first down. Carolina's there with Jalen Kilgore trying to rip the ball out of Sherrill's hands. It is not. And they move the sticks, and they're on the Gamecock side of the field. You could tell Dylan Stewart not happy that they've given up some yardage on those plays. Looks over to the sideline. It's Stewart and Kennard at this moment.
They were giving some cushions on the corners out there, and those receivers are taking advantage of it. Pavia is as well. Throws the ball well enough to get there. Not the strongest arm, but doesn't matter. It's completed.
Look how far the right tackle for Vanderbilt is off the line of scrimmage. That should be illegal formation. That's Castillo. Stewart's in front of him. Pavia wants to run. He goes up the middle. He breaks inside the 40 and tries to get to the third level. Can't do it. At the 35, 2 Gamecocks cut him down, including Peyton Williams and Tonka Hemingway, along with Nick Ebenworry. Peyton Williams is in the ball game, the 6-foot, 200-pounder, because DQ Smith was tweaked his back in the lineup in pregame warm-ups. And we got a Gamecock down.
Sanders. That's Sanders.
TJ Sanders, number 90.
Yeah.
You know, he was kind of rocking at the end of the first half, Tommy, looking back like raising his head up in the air. I don't know what that's all about. or if it had anything to do with what's happening here on the field now. But he's right on the V here in Nashville at First Bank Stadium, the revamped and ongoing project to take the Commodores into the future in athletics.
We've had more people banged up in this game probably than anyone or any game so far this year, but he's walking off right now. Seems to be okay.
You know, Tommy, we're still 25 short of how many Ole Miss players went down.
By the way, they're putting it on Georgia today, but you're right. That's a good point. I hope their health is okay now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sanders heads over to the sideline, looks okay. We'll check that out. They'll bring in Boogie Huntley and Tonka Hemingway. We've got our A-team in there right now. Kennard and Dylan Stewart. Pavia now, 1st and 10 at the Carolina 32, down by 14 points. Here in the second half, handoff inside, right up the middle is A.J. Newberry.
A good push.
197-pound sophomore, you're right, did get good push on that.
You didn't think he had any yards up to the middle. He's got 6 or 5 or 6 yards.
5 yards officially.
Yeah, way too much of a push against the defensive guys for Carolina. Goodwine comes in now, Todd, for Tonka. So Tonka's got that broken hand, you think.
Vanderbilt, despite the 14-point deficit, takes their time. Down to a 10 to go in the third quarter. And Carolina's got those 2 defensive ends lined up. Newberry goes in motion away. Pavia in the pocket by himself. He's running away, trying to get away from Debo Williams. Thrown to the near sideline, incomplete, out of bounds on Vanderbilt's 5-yard line or so. Good coverage on the play by Williams. And again, Pavia couldn't turn the shoulders because Debo Williams was coming off the edge that time.
And he still throws the ball very well on the run and just is able to know where the receivers are downfield when he has to. He also has good instincts to feel that pressure. You don't see it sometimes. You have to feel it as a quarterback, and he has good feel for that too.
On 3rd down and 5 with 9:54 to go. Carolina gets 5 defensive backs in, just 2 linebackers. Pavia in the pockets, dropping back, trying to throw. Got slant route, now goes to the outside left side. And at the 20-yard line, it's a 1st down. They just throw the underneath route to Junior Sherrill. And Pavia did do a good job. He wanted to go across the middle on the slants. Carolina faked the blitz, backed out, and then Pavia running, throws and finds a man out in the flat, good enough for 6 yards, and a Vanderbilt 1st down. By far their best drive on the afternoon so far. Cedric Alexander will be lined up to the left on the 8th play of the drive for Pavia. 4-man front for Carolina. Pavia in the pocket, bouncing. Now rolling right side. Pavia throwing to the end zone. A wobbler, incomplete. Judge Collier there rolled his hand up into the intended receiver, Sherrill's chest. And if he got a piece of it, he knocked it away. Pavia had that roll out of his hand. I see him looking at his hand now and patting his chest like my fault. It did not come out well, but difficult and maybe not that accurate.
Hey, Vanderbilt very, very good inside the red zone, scoring 97% of the time, touchdown 71% of the time. Gamecocks holding opponents defensively to only 52% touchdowns, 81% scoring. So let's see who wins here.
After the incomplete pass and 9:02 to go in the third quarter, down 14. Vanderbilt's got it at the Carolina 19-yard line. Pavia, option play, right side, got his back. Alexander, and so does Carolina. There's your guy, Tommy. Demetrius Knight and Peyton Williams from the safety spot, but Knight from the inside linebacker.
Yeah, the closing speed was phenomenal for an inside linebacker his size. I've been impressed with that all year long.
Really good side-to-side lateral movement, and 3rd down for the Commodores now.
He's 6'2".
I don't know what they're upset about or the fans are booing about. But the Commodores break the huddle at the Carolina 19. They need to get inside the 10 around the 9. Nobody in the backfield now for Pavia. 5 wide receiver set. Newberry split out to the right side. Carolina with a 4-man rush. Pavia bouncing in the pocket, now going to run out, steps up at the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Diego Pavia finally gets loose, and the Commodores are on the board with his 17-yard run. The extra point could cut the lead in half. It'll be 14-7 Gamecocks.
Got to hand it to him. You know, he had no one in the backfield, just him back there. He wanted to throw it, was not there. He was able to instinctively see the hole open up and read the coverage and was able to run it in. So, tough kid to contain.
And we kind of had that safe rush on. We weren't high upfield. We were like keeping him in the pocket, but he did find the one lane, and now Brock Taylor tries to make it a 7-point ball game. Punches one to the north end zone and has got it. It's 14-7. Gamecocks still on top of Vanderbilt, the number 24 team in the country, with 8:08 to go in the third. It's 14-7 Carolina. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, score the confidence you need to start your journey with the power and exceptional capability of a new Ford F-150. With available smart tech like Pro Power on board, it's game on when F-150 is part of your team. For great offers and to learn more about a new Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today. Always consult the owner's manual for important operating instructions.
More coverage of South Carolina football after these local messages.
Ball tipped up in the air. It's picked off. The Gamecocks down the far sideline. The linebackers knocked out of bounds.
On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high steps into the end zone. Touchdown Carolina. He backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to go line. Touchdown Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40 at the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long, right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Diego Pavia, the Vanderbilt quarterback, escaped twice from the pocket on that drive, and the Commodores take it 10 plays, 75 yards before his second run out. That was for a 17-yard touchdown run on a 3rd and 8. And Tommy, that's the tough spot they put you in. They spread you out, and he's as good as anybody at finding that little crease, just like you said. Even though we were conservative in our rush, that's all he needed is one little seam.
Yeah, and it puts a lot of pressure on your defensive linemen and your defensive ends and so forth, because you want to rush, but at the same time you contain, and sometimes that means you just don't rush quite as hard, or you certainly keep your heads up and all that stuff. But he's a talented kid, and he spread us out, so a good offensive scheme. I've said that 100 times, and he's effectively running it, no question about it. We're not the only team that's had this issue with him. Ask Alabama.
Brock Taylor to kick off. He angles one away from Juju McDowell, but it's well into the back of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback on the play. Both teams now scored in their first possessions of the second half, and with 8:08 to go in the third, it's 14-7 Gamecocks. Carolina trying to get to 6 wins on the season. The Commodores already are. Gamecocks have been so good on the road this year, with big wins at Kentucky and at Oklahoma. And now here in Nashville on top for the moment. 1st and 10 for Sellers. Got Rocket Sanders back into the ball game. Fake to him, going to throw out on the edge. That's Larvadan who makes the catch and then runs towards the Vanderbilt sideline before stepping out of bounds. Gains 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 upcoming. Sanders with a 33-yard touchdown run on the day. Sellers with a touchdown throw to Josh Simon. Simon comes in motion over to the right side. Sellers wants to go left. He's got Nick Harbor on the edge. Nick steps out of a tackle, lowers the shoulder, pushes forward, and the big man shows I'm not just a track star, and the team loves on him there on the sideline as he picks up a first down, makes the catch, and he's having himself a good ball game today, Tommy.
It really is, and not an instinctively natural receiver. I think everyone knows that. But that showed me a little something right there. He caught it, stayed in bounds, and then lowered his head and knew what he had to get to do to get a first down. So nice play, good play.
14-yard gain on the play, 1st and 10 for Carolina. Sellers resets him, now snaps the ball. Going to run left side. Got some room over there and runs into a good linebacker who cuts him down just as he gained 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 upcoming. Tommy, it hadn't been quite as good in the quarterback run over this ball game so far compared to Texas A&M, but that's still a solid play on first down.
It is, yeah.
Sellers hands to Sanders, left side, avoids one man right at the line of scrimmage, and he'll get to the 50-yard line, and at midfield, it'll be a 3rd down play. Christian Jones, part of the tackle, and flying up, Marlon Sewell. Seems like we got to go deep again, Tommy. That's Sewell, the safety. He's been up at the line of scrimmage making several plays now in the run game. See if we can get behind him.
Yeah, Gamecocks 6 of 8 on 3rd down so far tonight.
2 tight ends for Lenore Sellers right at the 50-yard line. Vanderbilt showing blitz. They go 5-man. It'll be Sanders left side, a conservative play call. And Sanders again uses the 230-pound frame to pump the legs and pick up the first down on a 4-yard gain. That's another one, Tommy. It did not look like he was going to get it at pure strength. Got it done.
Yeah, he did not have it. You're right, Todd. Good call right down here in front of us from where we're perched here at the stadium, and he was not going to be denied. He kept moving at 245 frame and got it.
Larvidan in motion and comes back over to the right side. It will be Sanders again, left side, and Rockets got some room. Watch out. 20, going angling at the 10 for the pylon, and they take him at the 6. Are you kidding me? A 40-yard run, a weaving, unguided rocket down to the 6-yard line of Vanderbilt. 1st and goal, Carolina. Wow, what eyes. That's the vision he showed last week against Texas A&M.
You know, and you don't think of a guy that size, 240, having that kind of mobility or, I guess, a little shiftiness out there, but he's got enough in him to make the guys miss and also to set up some good blocks out there for him, which running backs can do. He's 6 feet, 235, 240, so.
They empty the backfield now for Sellers. Going to try it himself left side. Running, trying to get to the edge. Dives for the pylon. Let's see if they call him out of bounds. I believe he stepped out around the 1 or 2. Lenoris reaching the football out. It's a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. We should compliment, by the way, on that last run by Sanders, and even on that one. That is Tree Babalade in there at left tackle for our freshman All-American, Josiah Thompson, and a good job in back-to-back plays.
Yeah, good point. Played a little bit last year, started a couple games as a true freshman. This year got beat out by Thompson.
The previous play is under video review. The ruling on the field was the runner was out at the 1-yard line.
He definitely got the pylon, Tommy, with the football. So I don't know if they might think this is a touchdown or not, but
it's close enough to look at it anyway. That's for sure. But I couldn't tell because it's on the other side of the field. And
wow, that was a good block by.
I believe he may have a touchdown there.
That was a great block by Tree Babalade. And left foot, that's a touchdown. He kept the right one in.
Unless that knee dragged on the outside before he went in, but I don't think so. I think he made the touchdown.
I think that's a touchdown. Yeah. What an athletic job.
You know, again, it's these PD guys down Florence, Lamar, Darlington. They just have abilities that a lot of people don't have.
It's a rare breed down there. That's all I'm saying. For a lot of different reasons.
I was down there with my girlfriend, Octavia Williams-Blake, and we were laughing about that.
They're taking a look at this on review. And it looks like the question is whether Sellers stepped out of bounds at all. Tommy and I see it as he definitely kept the left foot in. And Tommy's right. Does the knee or hip go down before the ball hits the pylon? And we both think it hit the pylon first. His right foot definitely did not go out. And the pylon moves because we see it on camera before his knee hits the ground. I think that's a touchdown.
I think it's close. There's no question. I think they could call, clearly the feet are not out of bounds. Clearly they could call the knee went down, but is it enough to overturn it? I think it is.
Well, a good response either way that we've had coming back. Yeah.
No question.
After the score by Vanderbilt. And Carolina coming right down the field. It's 7 plays, 69 yards, taking 3:35 off the clock. The debate is whether Lenore Sellers, he was ruled out of bounds too, so we need some obvious evidence.
Well, the question here too is, if he's not out of bounds, is the spot correct or is it a touchdown? Here's the call.
After further review, the runner was out of bounds, but the ball will be placed short of the goal line and inside the 1 yard line. First down.
There you go. Yeah.
Good question, and it was answered by David Smith.
Correction. It is second down.
Yeah, that was my. Once you look at it again, then if he was out of bounds and the ball was not spotted correctly, and once again, being from the PD, I was right.
Well, it wasn't math classes you took, I promise you. It is your experience in business over the years that taught that. All right, here we go. Second and goal from the half-foot yard line. Sellers with Sanders to his right. Sanders to the left side. No question this time. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown, Rocket Sanders. Just wiping people away from him from a half yard out and into the end zone. The extra point will make it 21-7. Gamecocks. Nice. 4:07 to go in the third quarter.
Nice answer, Todd.
Yes.
Nice answer. The Vanderbilt coming down and put some points on the board. You got to come back on the road. You got to come back and be strong. And good drive that time. Gamecocks moved 75 yards and 8 plays with Rocket Sanders running in from 1 yard out.
Carolina was 2 of 2 passing on that. Rushed 6 times for 57 yards. Here's a sweeping kick by Alex Herrera. It's up and good for the extra point. 21 points on the board over number 24 Vanderbilt. Gamecocks on top. We'll be back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
You're listening to Gamecock Football.
Trying to go down the field and into coverage and picked off. Into 10, that's even worry. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
We're back after these local messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. And we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
This is Carolina Calls, your source for everything Gamecocks.
He's Shane Beamer. I'm Todd Ellis. Great to be with you.
That was a gutty win. That was a physical win. We played with toughness, and that's what you had to have.
Coach Beamer joins us for a full hour of Carolina football talk throughout the season.
They had 10 men on the field the first time they punted the football. Our crowd that contributes directly to that.
Listen live every Thursday night on your home for Gamecock football. The Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Tommy,
the Gamecocks found something on the left side there on the last couple plays of that drive. It was Sellers. They said he didn't quite get in. They put it at the half-yard mark. The play before that, they had run to the left side, and then Rocket Sanders goes that way and gets 6 more for Carolina. Nice job by Tree Babalati. It speaks to Lonnie Deasley. It speaks to our depth, Tommy, that we've never had in the offensive line before.
Yeah, that's right. And you got a freshman there in Thompson out of Dillon, South Carolina, another PD boy out of Dillon, South Carolina, that started and got dinged up a little bit. Then Babalade comes in, who was a freshman last year, and he didn't. And Thompson beat him out. But he's been out there before, so he played well. But the interesting thing that last week, most of all the saves out of the pocket and all this stuff, and I heard the guys on TV talk about it. Sellers were to his right. He moved to his right all the time. Well, the 51-yarder to Brown was to his left. And now we run into his left, so he does have a left hand too. So
yeah,
pretty effective there too. So
I don't think anybody wants to piece him going either way, really.
No, I agree with that.
Pretty darn good. Alex Herrera to kick off for the Gamecocks. It's a low line drive kick over the top of Sherrill and out of the back of the end zone. Touchback on the play. Alex Herrera got all good with his extra points today. Did miss a field goal in the first quarter.
Yeah, and last week we got SEC Special Teams Player of the Game because he made 3 field goals. All right, guys, Todd and I were talking off mic that this thing's going to be the Pavia show from here on out.
Diego Pavia.
Get ready, Pavia, yeah.
He's doing the quarterback, just rushed for a touchdown run. He'll be in the pistol formation to start on 1st and 10 from his own 25. Takes the tight end into the backfield over to his right. 2 backs in that backfield. Pavia is going to hand off straight up the middle. That's Alexander, who started the game. Good hit on the edge by Brian Thomas. And it's a 4-yard gain on the play.
There's just too much yards on that running game on first downs. We're giving up too much of that tonight. But again, you got to credit Vanderbilt. They're well precisioned offensive line and got running backs to run hard.
Still have them under 100 yards in total rushing yards on the night. 90 yards rushing. Andreas Porter in, a backup linebacker for the Gamecocks on a 2nd down and 5. Pavia in the pocket. Carolina rushing up the middle. They miss him, and now take him to the ground. It might have been face mask on him. Oh, goodness. So even the times we get him, Jatias Gear.
I think we got a holding in the backfield first. I think we do. But you're right on the second call. I believe that was a face mask.
He kind of raked the face as he brought him down.
Yeah, I think the offsetting penalties.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Holding, number 50 on the offense. This foul's offset. Replay, 2nd down.
So Boogie Huntley came wide open. And Tommy, that's the difficult tonight. We've been there.
Correction, the face mask on the defense was on number 12.
We've been there several times, but not in a fashion or position to be able to make the play on. Really have to break down on this kid.
Yeah, I think also his lower body strength with his legs and everything and his hips and all is just like Sellers. I mean, he's very strong there, and that allows him to pull out of tackles.
2nd down and 5 after the offsetting penalties. 3:08 to go in the third. Carolina up 21-7 over Vanderbilt. Alexander's the back in the backfield. Pavia, a long time looking. Going to throw out on the edge and knocked away by O'Donnell Fortune. He was playing press coverage. I think everybody in the building, including Clayton White, knew it was going to be a throw to the outside edge to pick up the first down. And O'Donnell Fortune sat on that one, and now it's 3rd and 5.
What an athletic play that time to not have an interference call. Kept the right hand free and went around the body of the receiver with the left hand and knocked it away. Great timing.
Commodores are 5 of 9 on 3rd down tonight. Pavia's done a lot of that damage with his legs. They empty the backfield. 5 wide receivers spread across the field. Cedric Alexander out here to the left side. Pavia is being spied in the middle by the Gamecocks, but wants to throw down the field into coverage. My gosh, that's caught at the 39-yard line of Carolina. E-Man Worry missed it through his arms. Debo was covering, and Vandy comes up with the catch to Alexander, the tailback, 33 yards. I'm telling you, this kid is lucky. 9 out of 10 times, that's E-Man Worry's 5th interception of the day. Now Pavia is under pressure as he's rolling right. Carolina's tracking. Pavia throws it right into the chest of Tonka Hemingway. And the Gamecocks continue to rotate defensive linemen to try to stay after Pavia and his ability to roll and escape.
I think that's critical, the rotation and the depth we have up there. We're hopefully keeping fresh people in there because we're going to run him around back there, and he's going to run all over the place, and we got to be able to chase him. And we're doing a pretty good job with that right now, although he still keeps his eyes downfield and finds receivers open when the play breaks down.
They'll empty the backfield again. I think Vanderbilt likes this set with Pavia with a chance to run. It is 4 down linemen. Stewart stands up. Pavia going to run it himself. Right side. Tonka says no thank you. Hey, you're not going anywhere. Broken hand or not, Tonka Hemingway has got and wrapped him up at halftime. Folds it to just a 2-yard gain on the play. Here comes 3rd and long for Vandy with 2:13 to go in the third quarter, trailing 21-7. Gamecocks come back to Williams-Brice Stadium next week to take on the Missouri Tigers. Those guys have beaten us 5 years in a row.
Yeah,
we've got to get after them.
Yeah, they've had our number, unfortunately.
Right now, we're going to take care of the Commodores and get bowl eligible in the night after missing it a year ago. Hemingway doesn't like something. He's talking to his teammates. And now the tight end moves over to the right side for Pavia. He's out of the backfield in the shotgun. They're going to roll right side. Now he wants to come back left. Stewart's there, and he gets hit as he throws it and again throws it out of bounds.
I tell you,
Kennard and Stewart all over Pavia.
And they're upset, too, because they did not get a sack because, again, Pavia instinctively gets rid of it at the last minute. I mean, it's hard to sack him.
He stepped out of the tackle of Kennard, and now it's 4th down for the Commodores. Who are keeping the offense on the field now, down 14 with 1:34 to go in the third. Vandy feels a need. Brian Thomas into the ball game, along with Kennard, who's over the left tackle for Pavia. They need to get to the Carolina 28-yard line. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Pavia calling for the football. Snap it back. Carolina backs out. Pavia thrown in the flat, tipped up in the air and knocked away. Should have been picked off by Williams. And it's just an incomplete pass. And the Gamecocks take over on downs. Bakari Swain and Brian Thomas was pressuring on the play.
That would have been 6. That would have been 6. Should have been 6.
Williams just stretched out.
Yeah.
But Bakari Swain, nice job with the impact right afterwards, because it actually tipped right to the wide receiver.
It did.
Who would have caught it but for the big collision from Swain.
Again, good pressure on Pavia, but also magically he found that guy and got it to him. It's amazing to me. But it's fun to watch him, but not too much fun. I've had enough of him already.
Yeah, let's go on home.
Yeah,
I'll watch him sometime on tape later.
On TV.
All right, Sellers goes back to work with the offense, and Oscar Attaway's in the backfield and goes straight up the middle with some Gamecocks in white jerseys pushing the pile for a 4-yard gain. And Carolina still kind of in hurry up. They've not gotten away from that despite the 14-point lead. 1:11 to go in the third. And snap it back, blitz off the left side. Sellers wants to throw it. The ball's batted around and off the helmet of a Vanderbilt Commodore. Tommy, I think he wanted to go slant route right side to Nick Harvard. And the blitz was coming right in Sellers' face. 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for Carolina now. Clock is stopped for the moment. Still in the third quarter, 1:02 to go. 2 tight end set comes Michael Smith and Josh Simon. They're split out left side. Sellers looking that way. Now wants to run up the middle. Big collision, but not enough this time. They've been running over some Commodores, but Sellers can't get the quarterback draw going. C.J. Taylor with a good tackle. And
the game clock was not functioning and did not start when the play started. Please reset the game clock to 52 seconds. 5-2.
Good catch by David
Game
Smith
clock will
there.
start on my signal.
We're going for it here?
On 4th down, it looks like we're going for it with a 14-point lead. Well, Tommy, we're lining up for it. Let's see what we do here.
Yeah, all right, I'll go for that.
Wow, 4th and a full 3. Sellers goes under center, now backs out. Vanderbilt shifts. Sellers looks like he's trying to draw him off. Shane Beamer steps over, tells him to hold. Clock is running at 28 seconds. And it's fourth down. Oscar Attaway slaps his thigh pads.
Delay game on the offense.
Like he did not want to walk off the field. But I promise you, that's the right move right there, Tommy.
I agree with that. I just wish we wouldn't fake it because they fake me out. I wish
we got enough anxiety in this booth,
right.
don't we?
I'm pulling hard enough. I don't need any more of that mess.
So Kai Kroger comes onto the field. That their Gamecocks cannot convert. He could really punch this one, Tommy, and back up the Commodores. Martell Height, who's got an 18.9-yard average return. He had a touchdown against Alcorn State early on the year, and Carolina lines up and a big punt. Height backing up at the 8-yard line. Carolina there, the ball's on the ground, and it trickles out of bounds on the far sideline.
About the 1 yard line.
Big hit on Height, and it's down at the 1. Kai Kroger, do your job. Well done, big man. And good coverage that time by Gerald Kilgore on the hit. Too bad he couldn't fall on it as well with the Commodores, as you can tell by the hush crowd, backed up at their own 1 yard line.
In his career, Todd, Kai Kroger has had 257 punts, and that is 97 of them have been inside the 20-yard line. And, you know, a couple of years ago against Clemson, everyone remembers that. He just kept downing it inside the 15, the 20, the 5, 10 rather. Just phenomenal. So
he's also had darts that day.
Yeah, he's also had 65 punts over 50 yards. So very nice
66.
job.
That was a 57-yarder, Tommy. And now Pavia is working out of his own end zone with Alexander beside him on their own 1 yard line. Carolina up close and pressuring. Pavia looks over here on the left side, throws a quick wide receiver screen out on the edge. He's got his man in the end zone. He breaks the tackle and gets across the 10-yard line. Some missed tackles, and now we let him out of trouble as the clock runs here in the third quarter. Pavia, good job getting it out of his hands to Richie
That's the
Hoskins.
end of the third quarter.
Well, we come back. Carolina with that 14-point lead, and the Commodores have got the football on their own 13-yard line. It'll be the fourth quarter in Nashville when we come back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Hey Gamecock Nation, Coach Shane Beamer here. Experience the most electrifying entrance in all of college football as Cocky's Game Day Guest, presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get 2 tickets to the Missouri game, 2 pregame sideline passes, plus hotel accommodations and more. Visit usccontest.com and enter today for your chance to be Cocky's Game Day Guest. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is South Carolina football.
Carolina comes after it. Another block punt, and we dive on it. The special teams and Beamer ball come through again.
Back in 60 seconds on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Spurs up.
Back left. Juju open at the 10. The 5. Steps up and high steps into the end zone. Touchdown Carolina. He backs in the backfield. Handoff right side. Tonka Hemingway reaching for it to goal line. Touchdown Carolina. And those knees are pumping it out of the back of the 40. At the 50. Are you kidding me?
Listen to the Gamecocks all season long. Right here on your home for South Carolina football. The Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
(21-7), your South Carolina Gamecocks lead number 24 Vanderbilt as we go to the fourth quarter. Chris Miller, our network studios. Time to check the Beatbox College scoreboard. Beatbox now for sale in Williams-Brice Stadium. In the top 25, how about this one? Ole Miss all over Georgia, 22-10. The Rebs are knocking on the door, trying to put this one away. They've got a 3rd and goal at the Georgia 9-yard line. Indiana leads Michigan, but the Wolverines have closed the gap. It's now 17-15. Kansas blowing out Iowa State 45-28. Clemson has scored 21 unanswered. They lead Virginia Tech 21-7. It's Colorado on top of Texas Tech by a score of 31-20. Ohio State leads Purdue 45-0. Ohio State beat Purdue 45-0. Georgia Tech beat Miami 28-23. Texas topped Florida 49-17. Army over North Texas 14-3. Still to come, Maryland, Oregon, Mississippi State, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Florida State, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, Missouri, Washington, Penn State, Nevada, Boise State, Virginia, Pitt, BYU, Utah, and Utah State and Washington State. With the call of the fourth quarter, we go now to the voice of the Gamecocks, Todd Ellis.
Chris, thank you. We look forward to your post-game show. We'll have our exclusive interview with Shane Beamer, and you taking phone calls, getting highlights from this ball game. They flip ends of the field, and now Vanderbilt's going from north to south here, and it starts to rain again. And Alexander's in the backfield, pistol formation behind Pavia. After the first down play from their own 1 yard line, they're all the way out to the 12 or 13 yard line. Carolina with a 4-man front, and there's a flag on the play before we get started. False start.
False start. 54 on the offense. Guard penalty. Still first down. Please reset the game clock to 15 minutes. 15:00.
Tommy, that's Vanderbilt's first penalty of the afternoon and evening, and the Gamecocks have got 4, but just for 25 yards.
Thank you.
It has slowed some drives for Carolina on the 2 false starts tonight. And Pavia, after the penalty, is looking at a 1st and 15 as we start the fourth quarter of play. Carolina walks E-Man Worry up to the line of scrimmage. He hangs out, and they'll run with Alexander and Kilgore and E-Man Worry and a couple other players in on the tackle over to the right side. Called a 3-yard gain. And we're leaving those corners out on an island right now. Just Williams back at the safety spot, who DQ Smith, if you're just joining us, is out of the lineup today. Apparently hurt his back in warm-ups.
I think that's been a big miss today, too. There's a guy that can move it around like Pavia can back there, and a lot of crossing routes and breakdowns and all this stuff. So, yeah, that's been huge for us.
Bakari Swain and Judge Collier in the corner right now. Pavia on a 2nd down and 12 from his own 11-yard line. Out of the gun, Carolina coming, and Pavia throws a strike inside on an in route to his left. Guns it sidearm at 17 yards and a Vanderbilt first down. That's his best throw by far tonight.
Yeah, just wide open that time. Made a nice move in front of the cornerback and good throwing lane.
Pavia quickly back to work. First time they've been going hurry up. They're down 14. He runs out of the pocket. Pump fakes. Gamecocks come in on him, and he slides down on his tail, loses his helmet. He's going to have to come out of the ball game. And the quarterback, Nate Johnson, the transfer from Utah, comes in. Another gifted running quarterback who...
Please reset the game clock to 13 minutes, 42 seconds. 13:42.
What's wrong with the game clock tonight, Tommy? That guy's not had his coffee or what?
I don't know. That
called him out about 4 times.
That worries me a little bit as this game gets closer.
Nate Johnson from Fresno, California, a junior transfer from Utah, who's had just 3 throws but had 7 rushes. Comes into the lineup, pistol formation behind him. And Carolina with 2 wide receivers they're covering up. They'll hand off left side. Demetrius Knight puts a stop to that run right around the 39-yard line. And they say that's going to move the chains after a 3-yard run on the play. Tommy Suggs, I'm Todd Ellis. Chet Tucker's down on the sideline. Going to get to Chet quickly here when we can, as soon as possible. David Spence, our spotter tonight. Douglas Kershaw Adams, our statistician. Dan Stewart, our engineer. Michael Collins back in the studio. And Liz McMillan producing and associate producer. Pavia and Newberry in the backfield. He's to the left of Pavia. They'll hand to him. No, Pavia keeps it himself and is met in the backfield. A tackle for a loss for Bam Martin Scott. He's in it along with E-Man Worry, and Pavia, Tommy, probably wishes he'd have handed that off to Newberry.
Yeah, he had
ready for it.
He had no place to go on the outside. E-Man Worry had come up from that corner position or safety position rather, plays that outside linebacker basically, and just stopped that play, so he turned back inside, no place to go there either.
I like this. Clock is running on them. They're not to midfield yet. 12:15 to go in the ball game. Down 21-7 is Vanderbilt. They got the football. Pavia on a second down and 12. Right in the middle of the field. One to pump fake left side. Now running up the middle. Flag on the play. Pavia goes left side towards the bench, and Knight is there trying to punch the football out. And there's a flag on the play late. That might be some personal foul. Could have been on a Gamecock or a Commodore in a pushing or shoving match. So hold on. A lot happening.
We don't have offsetting, but I bet you we do.
So what we know is one was definitely thrown in the area of holding in the backfield.
And Vanderbilt team is backed up like they know it's against them. At least one of them is.
I mean, since when does your whole team get to be around the officials?
There are 2 fouls in the play, 1 live ball and 1 dead ball. Personal foul, hands in the face, number 55 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 7 on the defense. 15-yard penalty results in an automatic first down.
Yeah.
That's E-Man Murray, and that would have been on Alexander, the tailback, or at least those are the two that were talking after we finally looked down there. But I have no idea why E-Man Murray would have hit Alexander. That was not after the play. I just saw that. He was running towards the quarterback, and Alexander was just there. The play wasn't even down yet. Not sure I like that one on the Gamecocks. Automatic first down, a killer. Look at Shane Beamer pacing that sideline. He doesn't like something, either the call or E-Man Murray's actions, and I don't think I saw that on Nick. Pavia now, fresh set of downs after the penalty. 4-man front, 3 wide receivers right side. He's looking in that direction. Bouncing, now dumps one off to his tight end. That's Eli Stowers, who gets upended by Knight at the Gamecock 49-yard line, but it's still another first down on a 14-yard gain. Clock's at 11:22 to go in the ball game. Carolina up 21-7.
Vanderbilt speeding up the pace now, the tempo.
Alexander now splits out, the tailback over to the right side. Pavia in trouble and down. Down goes Diego. The Gamecocks there, and Brian Thomas along with Dylan Stewart, -5 on the play. Great move by Thomas that time. Rolled over the top, and that's another All-American Heating and Air sack for soldiers and another $200 donation to support our veterans.
Yeah, and he didn't have a lane to go in to break through that time because all the push came up through the middle and everything was just stopped up in there. So good play, guys.
4 wide receivers set. They're all tight. Wide side of the field to the left. Diego Pavia in the pocket, looking left side, throws quick out route. Got his man on the edge. Right at the original line of scrimmage around the Gamecock 48, caught. And
well, they just, what we're doing right now, Todd, defensively in the secondary, we're just trying to keep them in front of us. If they're not, let them get anything
let
deep
them
on
run their own clock.
Let them run their own clock and just give them those routes and pick up 4 and 5 yards. And, now 3rd down to about 9, but not seeing this working all game, but that looks like to me we're playing that little soft out there, and that's intentional.
Here comes the rain, and the bench is imploring the Gamecock fans that are here in droves to make some noise. 10th play of the drive. Pavia out of the gun, 4 wide receiver set. Carolina rolling inside. Pavia throwing out on the edge, got his man at the 39. Needs to get to the 39. He's at the 41. And that's Ricky Hoskins with the catch, and Carolina holds him from getting to about the 38-yard line. That should be 4th down, 4th and 2, but Shane Beamer knows as the rain comes down again, Vandy's got to go for it. Clock again is slow to run and wind. They let them huddle up before they went, Tommy.
2 stops last week against A&M on 4th down. Let's see what we can do here.
4th down and 2. Pavia in the pocket. Under pressure. Ball is batted up in the air and incomplete. Great blitz by Bam. Martin Scott. Pavia could not see anything. He tries to move the football, and there's no call. They're saying incomplete. It's Tonka Hemingway. No, make that Sanders. Runs it into the north end zone. But the ball was thrown. It just was batted into the chest of Bam Martin Scott.
But I don't know if the arm, I guess the arm came forward.
Incomplete pass.
I believe it was, Tommy.
Yeah.
I think he threw.
I couldn't tell.
Basically right into the chest is Bam Martin Scott. The ball fired up in the air.
I tell you, those games.
Carolina takes over on offense.
The fans and the players and the coaches over there, they like that. You know, again, twice last week, Gamecocks held Texas A&M on 4th downs, and here today, there's another one right here.
Gamecocks get it. They take over the football when we come back, leading 21-7 with 9:15 to go to a ball game. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Parents, it's never too late or too early to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. And it doesn't have to be awkward. Try short conversations, not one long talk. The more short conversations you have, the easier it gets. And more than 80% of kids ages 10 to 18 say their parents help them make smart decisions. Because if you're not talking to them, someone else is. Get conversation starters at openconversationsc.com.
Your home for South Carolina football.
Inside the 20, leaping a man at the 15, at the 10. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Carolina.
This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
You're listening to South Carolina football on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Hear every game for free on the South Carolina Game Day app. You can also listen via Gamecocks All Access at GamecocksOnline.com.
We're into the fourth quarter, 9:15 to go. Carolina leading 21-7 as the rain comes down. Let's go down on the sideline. Here's Chet Tucker.
Hey, Todd, before the game, Douglas Kershaw-Adams quoted Carl Spackler from Caddyshack, said, I don't think the heavy stuff's coming for quite some time. Quite some time has expired. It is raining hard down here on the field. Not looking like it's going to stop anytime soon, so Gamecocks got to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, about a 5-minute, 6-minute drive right now would be great with Lenora Sellers right in front of our booth at the 40-yard line. Going to play action inside. Lenora wants to crank one up down the field. That's interference. And that's Nick Harbour on a crossing route. They run into his back just as the ball's about to arrive. And pass interference on the Commodores.
Nice play design that time. You had, I guess it was Mabel Campbell, I think it was, on a clear-out route from the wideout position.
Pass interference on the defense, number 19. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Correction, 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Actually, that was Brown on the clear-out route, and you brought Harbour across the field, and he was there and just got interfered with.
DeRicky Wright on the pass interference, the Gadsden, Alabama native. And Sellers got good field position now, and they'll go back to the round game. Rocket Sanders at the middle with a block and a move at the 35. And Rocket again showing great patience, the veteran tailback who's over 100 yards on the night for the third time on the year. Got good blocking from Kason Henry and Vershawn Lee, and another Carolina first down.
But you called it, Todd, when you said patience. We talk about that often, that running backs need to have that to let the blocking form in front of him find the hole. He did that, kept his head up, saw the hole, and shot right through it.
He's got a team-high 10 rushing touchdowns, including 2 tonight. They'll be right behind Sellers as the Gamecocks trying to close this one out with 8:28 to go in the ball game. It will be Sanders left side. There's a flag on the play. That looks to be in the direction of holding. And Sellers doesn't look like he likes the call as the rain continues to come down.
On the offense, number 6, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
That's Josh Simon. And Carolina now is up to 6 penalties, probably around that 50. It is at the 50-yard mark on the night. Vanderbilt leads the league in fewest penalties. And they're sitting at their 3 for 36 yards. So Sellers, after they back him up, will be first and 20 with 8:60 to go in the ball game. Ball on the 44 of the Commodores. First downs around the Commodore 23. Sellers out of the gun, going to set up screen right side. Got Sanders. Got some blockers out there. Rocket inside the 30, 25. Rocket going left side. 10, 5. Launch him. Launch him. Launch. Rocket Sanders. Touchdown Carolina. Touchdown Rocket Sanders from 43 yards out. What a gorgeous play call from Dow Loggins. And the Gamecocks are going to lock this up. The extra point can make it 28-7 with 7:55 to go in the ball game.
I tell you, Todd, we talk about this often, but good blocking outside. We had some good. But the other thing is he set them up. He gave a hip. He took it away. He moved. He went to the left. And, he set up his blocking, folks, and running backs got to do that. A little patience out there. Then he saw the opening and had the speed to get it in the end zone. So, I think we need to keep him. Go to Arkansas, get a couple more.
The extra point is good from Herrera, and Tommy's right. He got 2 blocks from Simpkins. Got a block from Harbour, and then did the rest himself. Vershawn Lee out there. That's a perfect ball play right there. Perfect ball play.
Sanders, 15 rushes tonight, 126 yards and 2 touchdowns, and longest is 39 yards. Receiving, he's caught 5 last week for 52 yards, 1 touchdown, the longest one right then, 43 yards. A pretty good night for that boy.
28-7, the Gamecocks lead it over number 24 Vanderbilt. We'll be back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Gamecock fans, what's the best part of being at a game live? The color. There's nothing more exciting than seeing an entire stadium completely decked out in garnet and black. So why not add to that and put yourself right in the middle of it all? Because that color encompasses everything, from the tailgating and the fight songs to the marching band halftime shows. So let your true colors show and get ready to yell and cheer until you're blue in the face by scoring verified tickets today at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 3.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Offer valid through December 2nd, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.52 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Hey Gamecock fans, welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where our bold mayo has been winning over fans since 1917, where everyone's welcome, whether you're tailgating or watching from home. So cheer on the Garnet and Black as loud as you want, because as the official mayo of University of South Carolina Athletics, we'll be cheering along with all of the Gamecock fans in Duke's Country. Find Duke's Mayo at a store near you or visit dukescountry.com to learn more.
Gamecocks trying to put a stamp on this one. I think they just did with a 43-yard screenplay catch and run to Rocket Sanders. It's 28-7. Gamecocks. And Tommy, there's some cheers and music we hear in the background, but it's not from the Commodores.
No, it's not. It's those Gamecock fans. I'm guessing about 10,000 or so that's up here, plus the band. It's kind of the mini version of the band. I love them. They're louder sometimes than the regular band because they bring all the horns with them. But regardless, the guy that we need to also mention that makes that play go is your quarterback, Sellers. He's got to take the snap. He's got to look downfield. He's got to wait to the very last minute to throw it out. He's got to let the play develop. Well, Norris Sellers did a heck of a job.
Here's Alex Herrera to kick off. This one's going to be right at the goal line, and Sherrill's going to bring it up the near numbers. Sherrill runs into some Gamecocks at the 25, and they take him down. Sellers, 13 of 19 passing now, Tommy. 218 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's hit 7 of the last 9 in this ball game. Ronnie Porter with a tackle on the kickoff return. And Pavia, now with a big-time deficit, comes back out on the field in the rain. Carolina's been just trying to keep them in front of them, except on big passing downs. Now, 1st and 10 for Pavia. With 7:50 to go, he's going to roll left side, and the Gamecocks going to bat it down. And there's a flag on the play, too, late thrown, right there at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Kennard's the one the ball down.
Looks like there was someone maybe holding, I think, holding Stewart, but I'm not sure here. We'll see what that play call was about.
Holding on the offense, number 16. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
A couple other nice statistics tonight for the Gamecocks, Todd. Carolina came into the game on 3rd down, averaging only 33% conversion, but tonight 7 of 10.
Yes.
That's been big, and made some nice plays. They weren't 3rd down and 2 either, some of them. So it's a nice adjustments there to pick up some yards and keep some drives going.
Vanderbilt 6 of 12, and that's a football team that's been above 50% on the year, one of the best in the country. Cedric Alexander's in the backfield, but Pavia wants to throw it. Quick out route thrown towards the Vanderbilt bench. Stretched out arms brings it in. Judge Collier is holding on to Quincy Skinner, but it's still a 4-yard gain on the play. And between the penalty and that 4-yard gain, 2nd and 17 upcoming.
Collier's got 3 tackles tonight. Leading tackler is Eman Wari with 8 tackles, 2 solo. Knight at linebacker's got 7. Peyton Williams subbing for DQ Smith has got 7 himself.
Good job by Williams. No, he's going to usually play, but to know you're going to start and play this many snaps until warm-ups takes a lot of maturity. All right, Pavia out of the gun with his team down 28-7. Throws down the field. Judge Collier leaps to try to make the catch on the sideline. Can't do it. Quincy Skinner was there, but frankly, Judge Collier was closer, and now 3rd down for the Commodores. Gamecocks trying to get their 6th win of the season and get bowl eligible. Vandy with that 6 of 12 on 3rd down, and they'll have a 3rd down at a Nashville dirt road to try to convert here. 3rd and 17. Pavia out of the gun. 4 wide receiver set. They flush him out left side. He gets hit as he throws it down the field, and coming back on the play. Looks like there's a flag. It might be an offensive pass interference. Push off by the wide receiver. Loic Fungo.
I think that's the call,
yeah,
John.
Loic Fungi was the intended receiver, but he's running back to the huddle like he knows what it is. Pavia's dinged up, and he's going to come out of the ballgame. Actually goes down on the turf around the 21-yard line. He has taken some shots tonight, and he got hit just in his upper chest as he threw that football. Here's the call.
Pass interference on the offense, number 11. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. Replay, 3rd down.
Yeah, one of the reasons Pavia takes so many hits is because under the pressure he's been under here tonight. I've watched him play a little bit just to watch him. I haven't seen him under this much pressure all year long, but he never gives up on the play. So what he does was he keeps throwing, he gets up in the air. I said this earlier, he gets up in the air, he puts his body at risk, and sooner or later, your body will be at risk. And that's kind of what happened on that play, I think. He's rolling to his left, he's right-handed. To get it down there, he moved his left foot up, he turned his upper body, and he just put his whole body in a position of vulnerability, and he got banged up a little bit. Hopefully he's okay, though. He's a competitor.
Pavia with two folks helping him off the field, has got most of his weight on his legs, but he will be replaced at this moment. We'll check on him. He's 16 of 31 for 166 yards through the air, no touchdowns. He did have the rushing touchdown on the night and led all rushers for the Commodores, 13 rushes for 65 yards and a touchdown. This Gamecock defense menacing when it wants to be. They've held Vanderbilt under 270 yards so far.
Yeah, they never stop coming at you. And plus, we've 8 or 9 deep up front.
Here's Nate Johnson, the backup quarterback from Utah transfer. He's going to run it out himself on a quarterback draw on third down, and he wanted nothing of that pass rush, and then Mark Scott finally brings him down. While we've got a second, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Team is number 47 for South Carolina.
As Vanderbilt lines up to punt with Mirko, and Juju McDowell set back at his own 35. Rain comes down. Juju's going to back up a little bit right in the middle of the field. Takes it to the 30-yard line. Got some room straight up the middle. Now stutter step. And gained a couple on the play before taken down at midfield. 7-yard return after the 53-yard punt. Pretty good job on a rainpour coming down in your face. Don't forget to catch Gamecock football with Shane Beamer around the Southeast. We'll have all your highlights of what was a slow start at the beginning of the ball game. A lot of exciting plays on a dreary afternoon, but it doesn't matter. I promise you, we'll take the 6th win of the season. We'll step aside. 28-7 Carolina. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Open at the 10. Goodbye. Steps up and high steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Hey Gamecock fans, this is Coach Shane Beamer, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to touchdown, the team and I support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Tom and Marion Knox earned their commerce degrees from the University of South Carolina in the 1930s and went on to own Terminix Service throughout all of South Carolina. Today, their family still owns and operates the business, one of the largest pest control companies in the country. Terminix Service is routinely ranked as one of the best places to work and has over 200,000 customers. When it comes to termite and pest control in South Carolina, trust a Gamecock family and the most respected name in the business. Call 1-800-TERMINIX today or go to trustterminix.com.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. One crisp taste, 4 simple ingredients. All natural Bud Light.
48-yard attempt. It's blocked. The Gamecocks got it blocked.
With any game time moment and every beer, we strive to make life easier to enjoy. Ice cold Bud Light and all the games.
Are you kidding me?
Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Please drink responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Working to try to close this one out in Nashville on a rainy night. Gamecocks lead at 28-7. As I say, when the Gamecocks are doing well, though, it's always a beautiful day for football. And apparently tons of Gamecocks agree with me because they come up in droves, Tommy, up here to Nashville.
Well, speaking of droves, that's a good segue because I think next week is a sellout, but if it's not, buy your tickets. And if it, you know, I tell you, folks, it's amazing Williams-Brice. Now, it's not a night game, but it starts at 4:15. It'll be night.
It'll be night.
It'll be night. So, yeah, it'll be even maybe before night. Before halftime, rather. It'll be night before night. How about that? But anyway, let's show up, man. Let's show up and just raise Cane and have a big time. And this is fun. This football team's fun, exciting. Got some guys maturing. And I don't think I'd want to play us if I was anybody in the SEC right now.
Pretty good show with the Gamecocks right now.
5:48 left in the ball game.
Sellers hands off to Attaway, straight up the middle, and the Commodores read that one a long way away and make the stop on a 1-yard gain. And Lenoris had the one fumble tonight, but 13 of 19, 218 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. And
he's run it 13 times for 38 yards, too, so pretty effective night.
7 of the last 9 passing. It'll be Attaway again, left side, and the Commodores have got him on the run play. And Lonnie Teasley in the offensive line is not going to like that at all, with no gain on that one, 1 yard on the first down when you're trying to run the clock out, Tommy, with 5:04 to go in the ballgame.
No, I agree with that. And I talked to Coach Teasley before the game. Jane and I did. We went to the coffee shop to get some coffee this morning, and I said, looks to me they got some pretty good linebackers. He said, oh, yeah, always do. And he said Longwell is very good, and also there's a couple more there, too, could be better. But he said they can run. They're pretty tough.
3rd down for Sellers. He's facing it, trying to move it. They're going to roll him out of the pocket right side. Lenore is throwing down the field, gunned and caught by Larvadan, who slid down on his tail on this wet field to come kind of back for the football and pinned it against his shoulder and face mask. Good for a 20-yard gain and a Carolina first down. Wow, really nice catch. Ball. And a good spot, really. Good spot for the football.
Ball play that time, guys, by your quarterback who's running out there. He had a little short receiver. I don't think that he'd have picked up the first down had he decided to go to him. So he kept his head downfield, looking at his receivers, and a bullet throw, just probably a better catch.
With that catch and first down, Carolina's going to 8 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. Going to move it with Oscar Attaway straight up the middle, and Oscar got tripped up around the 37, or he might have had a path to the end zone. Rocket Sanders had all the fun so far tonight. That one's just a 5-yard gain.
You know what happens too, Todd, and you know this, is that when these running backs start having some good games, 100 yards, the offensive line blocks harder. It just, not that there's any question when they don't have that, but it just gives them more pride, and they come together as a unit, and it's just a pretty good team effort.
They probably like getting patted on the back last week for 286 against Texas A&M, the #1 rush defense in the conference, and that's okay too, whatever motivates you. Juju McDowell into the ball game, and the same thing happens to him. Hole opens up, he trips over his own man. Simpkins does fall forward for a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd and short with 3:03 to go in the ball game. Carolina leading 28-7.
Gamecocks now 434 yards in offense, 274 for Vandy, and last week, 520 yards?
530, yeah.
530, so whatever, yeah.
Impressive. Started a little slow, had some long drives, did not convert into points, particularly a 42-yard field goal missed by Herrera, but pretty good since then. Robbie Ashford's in the game at quarterback. Juju McDowell going up the middle. Juju's got the first down. Nice job of running up the middle on the play. And Juju's been used exclusively tonight until now in the punt return game. Got another good block from Tree Babalade. Shane Beamer over there encouraging the crowd to pump up. It's left, and it's all Gamecocks for the most part, particularly on the east side as we come to the 2-minute timeout.
Okay,
2-minute timeout.
Two pretty good weekends for the Beamers, because I'm not sure I've ever seen anything go as viral from Carolina as that doggone thing of him singing the song to Emily. That's just amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It related to everybody. The kids were in on it. Shane looked cool. The largest distributed piece of social media in the history of Gamecock football was that, after all the things. We'll step aside. Fourth quarter's coming. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter is coming. Carolina up 28-7. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
A tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health is proud to be the official team physicians for the Gamecocks. For more information, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
The passion passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, score the confidence you need to start your journey with the power and exceptional capability of a new Ford F-150. With available smart tech like Pro Power on board, it's game on when F-150 is part of your team. For great offers and to learn more about a new Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today. Always consult the owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Hey, with Tommy Suggs and Chet Tucker, I'm Todd Ellis. Great to be with you on the Gamecock Sports Network over in Nashville, working on our 6th win of the season, 4th conference game. He hasn't done that in a long time. Let's go down to the sideline. Here's Chet Tucker.
Hey, Todd, you referenced it, but Coach Beamer and a lot of the players and coaching staff, I said the time wound down to that 2-minute timeout, recognizing the fans that traveled, that whole south side of the stadium covered in Gamecocks, now all making their way closer to the Gamecocks sideline, a similar scene to what we saw in Norman a couple of weeks ago, but certainly gratitude from the Carolina team to the fans.
I think they need to rush the field and then discharge Vanderbilt for them rushing the field, and we take the 250.
We take the 250 because we owe A&M. Here's Juju up the middle. Juju pumping his legs, and he's going to be inside the 27-yard line. And that's a 5-yard gain on the play. Juju with some good runs here late as the clock's at 1:45 now. Robbie Ashford's in the ball game. Of course, the Auburn transfer. Hadn't seen much of him since Norris Sellers has been healthy. Had a couple of appearances that, frankly, didn't go very well. And he's in there now trying to keep his hands dry. His Juju is to his left, and Robbie will take it himself to his left. Break to the initial line of scrimmage. They hit him hard at the 20, but that's a Carolina first down. So we're going to run this thing out. That's good. At a minimum with 1:12 to go and the clock running. That's a 7-yard gain. Good blocking and, frankly, good run by Robbie Ashford.
Yeah, it is. And, we go back to Lennar Sellers. Speaking of Robbie Ashford, is Lennar's a redshirt freshman, played, 10 plays last year, but he missed 6 quarters this year, second half of LSU, in the next game against Akron. And you got to give it to Ashford. He came and did a good job for us. We didn't win, didn't beat LSU, but he played well, and then he led us against Akron. So, here we go.
We get in the victory formation with Juju set back. Ashford takes the knee and pops it down. And the Gamecocks, with 30 seconds to go, start to make their way towards midfield. And that Gamecock fan base on the southeast side of the stadium. Boy, look at them, Tommy. They brought the rally rags with them, towels with them, and they're waving them all the way on that other side of the field. I had no idea that many were here. And they shake hands as the clock runs down in the ball game. So Carolina's going to win it 28-7 to get their 6th win on the season, become bowl eligible with 3 games to go. They do so by taking down number 24, Vanderbilt. And Carolina, again, great on the road in conference play with a big win on a rainy night in Nashville. Shane Beamer now going to 10-4, Tommy, in November. His coaching staff and these teams, particularly the veteran teams, showing they're getting better throughout the season.
Well, I think another thing, too, Todd, is Gamecocks have 37 4th, 5th, or 6-year seniors, 18 offensively, 15 defensively, and 4 special teams. Only Eastern Michigan has more, and they have 39. So, and